Hey guys, I'm Tim Diddle favorite illy cynical asshole. I'm here with Soggy, Megatron, Sauron, and for the
Yo.
first time ever, Struggler, or Strexler, or whatever Kingdom Hearts villain he is. Um, uh, uh Edgy and Edgy Penguin's gonna join us later soon. But right now, welcome to the Pettier Hills All-Star Podcast. And today we're talking, well, of course, Kong versus Kong versus Godzilla, one of the dumbest fucking movies I've ever seen in a while. And we're gonna be talking about how dumb it actually is. Cause I think we're all in agreement. It's awesome, but it's one of the dumbest fucking movies
And I
in
think
the
it's safe
last
to
few
say,
Oh crap!
spoiler alert from here on out,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
going to be
spoilers.
spoilers.
Huge spoilers.
Oh
Huge
yeah,
spoilers.
spoilers
They're
for
gonna be
movies you've
they're
never
gonna be
seen too.
they're gonna be huge. They're gonna be huge. The biggest spoilers you ever seen? It is huge.
I mean, we're
Uh,
basically going to spoil
Give
the
me
entire
ginormous.
Godzilla series right here. If there's
Wait,
ever a Godzilla movie
that
you've
he's
never
an
seen,
abusive
it's probably
dad.
going to get spoiled. It's probably going to get spoiled here.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Every
Yeah, that
single
kind of
one.
goes without saying.
You had 60 years, guys.
Even
All
the
right.
ripoffs.
Like,
We're
after
even
60,
gonna
after
talk about that
60.
time he fought a werewolf in Hong Kong.
Listen, we don't discuss that. Those are the dark days.
All right, all right.
Wow, I didn't
I-
realize me mentioning Godzilla versus the Wolfman would just fucking bring dead silence. Wow.
hang. I'm trying to spread this around because a lot of people apparently wanted this debate to go down. So,
I'm just pulling up because I pulled up a list of all the Godzilla movies that were ever made just for a reference, particularly for this stream. And I think
you picked a bad stream to have a plan on, buddy. I'm just telling you that right now.
oh, this ain't a plan. This is more like a guideline at best.
I mean, I have one too. I have notes about the movie, and I also have the movie in front of me just in case I want to reference a certain scene about it.
Oh, as do I. As do I.
This is about to be the most educational stream about the dumbest movie ever made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And I
real
have
stupid.
pictures of a drunk King Kong on balloons.
Hey, don't you be making fun of my boy.
Okay, so how are we gonna?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, it's
I'm
not
sorry.
my fault he
Megan.
has a drinking problem.
I'm sorry, Edgy, but your boy got his ass kicked. Like he was kind of a pussy ass in this movie. I get it. Like every
At least he
single
wasn't
time.
holding back like Superman in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm sorry. Like he needed help every single goddamn time to win. He needed either a weapon or the
Magic
humans'
weapon.
help, or Godzilla, or even Godzilla to that Mega Godzilla,
He's a baby.
or literally whiskey,
He's a baby.
or literally whiskey being poured into the fucking computer. Yes, that's actually how they beat Mecha Godzilla. Cause fuck you.
Hey, whiskey
Fuck the
saves lives. That's
computer.
basically what this movie proved. All right.
Yes, which that would make Salem
It's not
very
the same-
happy. Remember that, Slim.
I don't care if it'll
He
make
does
Slim
save
happy.
the
You
day
can-
in the thing.
Unfortunately.
That's true. How many times has whiskey saved the day in a movie?
It's a good question.
I mean, whiskey's gotten me through movies.
See, saving the day.
Slim shared the screen. You gotta check this out. Like I said, nothing
you,
can get dumber than this.
Okay,
I
I'll
lost my
do
mind
that.
when they referenced this scene.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, Salem. Relax, I'll get you in here. Cause like Eddie want, cause like I don't know how that's gonna work. Hang on one second. I did not think this through. Cause Eddie's gonna be late, so I'm gonna probably like switch it around a bit.
All right.
Throughout the stream.
Okay.
So people are gonna have to share their turn. Sorry, share the spotlight.
That's fine.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, I got discombobulated. There was a bit of an accident, I would say, today. Uh, and some stuff happened, and it's a bunch of BS.
Totally understandable.
Can we talk about how Kong's a ladies' man?
Well, I wouldn't call
Can
him
we
a ladies'
ever
man.
talk about
He's
King
a
Kong and
he,
women?
he's a simp.
He's a third.
I mean,
cup.
have you not seen the original
They
movie?
introduce him. Dude, they introduce him with a song like "My girl, gonna
Okay,
miss
okay.
it
They
like a
introduce-
Vietnamese
They introduce him
girl."
scratching his ass. I'm not kidding. He just wakes up and scratches his fucking
I
ass.
need more.
Like
Okay, we're
people
No,
seem
I
to
need
forget the
more monkey
entire
action.
the entire original movie. Well, I won't say the entire, but one of the main focus of the original movie was him simping over the actress that came to the island.
pretty much.
He climbed the Empire State Building for her.
Yep.
And he didn't waste any money by doing it.
He died for her, literally.
But yeah, let's get into that real quick.
Well, no, he beat up a T-Rex. That's the equivalent of giving a woman a diamond ring. I'm as a woman, beating up a T-Rex is the equivalent of a diamond ring. Remember, everyone.
Damn, now I gotta work on my
You don't have a
standards.
diamond ring? Beat up a dinosaur.
Fair
Time to
enough.
fight some dinosaurs, man.
But yeah, let's.
Don't want
get into
those blood dynams? Fight T-Rexes.
But yeah, let's get into that first part for a little bit. Anybody else saw Shrek when they were watching that?
Yes.
Somebody
I want
once
it all
told me the world is gonna roll me.
It's a-
Take the sharpest tool in the shed.
Hey, let's just
If
be
they
thankful
play-
for this. He didn't
If
scratch
they
his
can
nuts in front of
kinda
us.
dumb with a finger in her. Yeah.
I would
I wanted
would-
more
I
monkey
would pay-
action.
I hope somebody does that. Actually has the opening of Kong, but it's fucking Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth
it's
All
like-
Star. That
Well,
would be great.
But it does do it.
Well,
establish
I figured
we're
out
doing.
how to pirate the movie for my own private use. So wait, no one's hearing that. I am not talking about how I figured out how to pirate movies for my elderly parents to watch over and over because that weird time delay is fucking stupid. Fucking stop doing that, HBO.
We all have HBO Max open right now, right? Right? We all support it. Wink.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know I had it. Didn't even know I fucking had it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no joke.
actually
People
did.
look in your cable plan. You might have it.
Okay, well, but yeah, it does a good job.
We're doing great, Jacob Blade. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, so I think I got everything set up. I think I got everything ready, so now I can actually focus on the actual stream here. All right.
So let's start from the beginning here.
Yeah, shut down the
So we-
screen. You can shut down the screen.
We start with
There you go.
Kong having this establishing shot of Skull Island. Normal day for him. Take a shower, scratches his ass.
see, movie begins. Opening establishing shot. Kong's ass.
Hungry monkey ass.
And then,
Kong
we,
fine. Kong is fine.
and then we get introduced to
I'd
Jia,
simp him.
If I remember correctly, that's her name. It's barely said throughout the movie.
Yeah, it's Jai.
Oh
It's
my
Jai.
God.
I'm
They never
I'm
said
calling
the
her.
names.
Yeah,
I'm
Jive.
calling her Deaf Girl. I'm calling her Deaf Girl. Fuck it, Deaf
You don't
Girl.
want to call her Jive Hands? No, Jive
No,
Hands.
I'm calling her. I'm calling her Deaf Girl, and there's
And-
nothing you can do about it.
Can I just say one thing though? Is that she's supposed to be the last survivor of that entire tribe of people that lived on Skull Island, and I feel like
barely mentioned it.
that's a huge thing. Like, how'd they die? What happened? Is it because of what happened in King of the
Yeah.
Monsters?
No, apparently it was a
Global warming?
Well, because remember, King Ghidorah basically cover the earth in a
Yeah.
storm. So I thought maybe that's
Yeah.
what they were referring
Yeah.
to.
But they didn't say that it was from King Ghidorah or from anyone else.
That's
Yeah,
what
and that's what they're leaving out because you
that's what
don't know
bothers
what's
me.
going
Yeah,
on.
like
Wait,
see, that's what bothers
global
me. It's like,
warming.
was it?
It was global warming. It was global warming.
Hey, Salem,
I
what's
swear
up?
to God, I think they were implying global warming. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah, Salem's in the chat now. Yes. Basically, what I found weird. You know, the biggest problem with this movie is there's what do you know about Godzilla early on? You learn that he's actually been trying to get out of the dome for like
You're
like
talking about
what?
Kong.
Yeah, I think you mean
That's
Kong.
Kong.
King Kong.
That's Kong, not Godzilla.
You know what I mean. I'm getting mixed up. Sorry. I drunk a
We know
swig
what you
I
meant.
drank a swig of vodka. I drank a swig of vodka before I started this. I'm a little.
But yeah, it's not Kong trying to.
Yeah,
break-
basically they said Kong Kong has been trying to like spear his way out of the prison. Right, he's under 24-hour surveillance. The little girl is the only thing that makes him calm down. He listens to, and all this other bullshit. What
Speaking
makes
of
you?
that surveillance? Speaking of
Here's
that surveillance a bit, it makes it extremely. It makes a scene later on kind of extremely stupid when they realize that they've been
Yeah.
monitoring him for over 10 years.
It's also even dumber
Oh,
is that like,
yeah,
what about
I
the
know.
other monsters that live on Skull Island?
Well,
and not only that, like this is what I'm trying to say. Like after all that, they try to say like they're surprised that Kong is intelligent. How did you not know the fucking creature is intelligent? Like intelligent enough to understand sign
All
language.
right. Is it? All right. Is it working now?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
need to turn it down.
Yes.
Turn it down just a wee bit.
All right. That was just probably my volume. Okay. All right. So first of all, Slim, this movie is amazing. You're wrong. And whiskey has been proven to save lives. It is so powerful. It can stop mecha kaiju. And Dayton Kong is a little bitch, and Godzilla bent him over and took him to town.
I mean,
He fucking
okay.
cheated and you know it.
Nah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I don't even have a horse in this race, and I still agree. Kong got his ass whooped. He got his ass.
Oh, dude,
whooped.
I watched
Baby.
I forgot
He's
the
a
guy's
baby.
I forgot the guy's reviews, but he reviews like a bunch of like dark animated stuff, and he had the perfect explanation as to what Godzilla did at the end of the fight with Kong. It was essentially the Skinner's pathetic meme.
He's like, he did yeah. For those of you, okay. I'm just gonna put it out here, like spoilers for Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong. But here it is. Godzilla beat like Kong has to play dead to get away from Godzilla the first time. The second time he has like this super powered axe that even then it's still very clearly Godzilla beating his ass. And then by the last time they fight, Godzilla basically beats his ass, but he lets him live because he's like, yeah, nigga, stay down. Nigga, stay down. Stay
Oh,
down,
yeah.
Final
nigga.
time. Then the final time.
He's like take the L, but like
my God.
Oh god!
King
And
Kong.
one of my favorite
Dude,
moments
guys, I
in this
busted
whole
a hole
freaking
through your
movie
house.
is
Go
when
home.
one of my favorite moments in this entire movie is when Godzilla lands a huge hit on Kong. The camera cuts back to Godzilla, and Godzilla has an evil smile and laughs.
yeah.
I was like, yes, you've embraced the cheese.
Asshole.
Thank you.
You know something that I just thought about? Like in the opening of the movie, you know how like all these all these MonsterVerse movies, they have like those very much like almost like slideshow kind of
Oh, yeah.
presentations of the monsters and stuff.
Yeah, and
I
it's like,
noticed-
and it's like
The remake
I
of
noticed
Dawn of
that
the Dead. The remake of Dawn of the
'cause
Dead opening.
in the beginning, it shows like all the other kaijus that Godzilla has defeated, and it shows like Rodan, King Ghidorah. It shows some of the other the Mutos, and it has all these monsters. But then when it gets to Kong, you only see two, and it tries to make it look like there are more behind him. But it's like, no, we know the win the loss ratio here.
Like, yeah, I'm just like they're trying
Kong's
to
a
like
baby.
build it. They're trying to build it up like WrestleMania, and I'm just like, this is like WrestleMania if you like got the Undertaker to fight. I don't know, maybe early career AJ Styles. It's just not. It's just not comparable.
Okay, now yeah, everyone knows. Okay, I have to say this though. So everyone knows that I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So I went in there very, very, very biased. The one thing I'm going to give Kong though is every time that he's called to kick ass, he doesn't even think about it. He's just like, all right, we'll do this shit right here, right now.
Yeah.
Like, especially in
He's the
Hong
hero.
Kong when Godzilla. I'm sorry, everyone was talking. I saw some reviews saying this was stupid. I'm like, I don't care if it was stupid. It was amazing. Godzilla beams all the way down to the center of the fucking earth, and he shouts down there, Kong, get your ass up here. We're doing this right here, right now.
That was basically
That's my boy's couch. He wrecked his couch.
Oh man, that thing is so dumb and breaks so many
It ended
things.
with
This is a lizard god. Of course he's going to break the laws of physics.
It's like, monkey, I blasted a hole back to your house. Go the fuck home. I get the top bunk.
That's just the whole thing, which is just Godzilla just does things that breaks entire fucking. Oh, man,
I would love to see like there was imagine there was like an intern who was working on that whole project to get to the Hollow Earth, and he spent years trying to get the science just right to build those damn ships, and then he sits there and sees Godzilla blow a hole to the center of the Earth in 5 minutes. He's just like, well, I guess all my life's work meant nothing then.
Let's get into a little bit about how Apex Cybernetics is the dumbest company I have ever seen.
No.
One second. I got to respond a little bit to Sauron a little bit there. We do have some good coming from that, though. Now the Hong Kong protesters can escape communist China.
To the Hollow Earth, quick to freedom.
I'd rather go live in the giant
Aren't there monsters down there? What? Them or Xi Jinping?
No, quick, children. Children, quick to the freedom hall. Come, children, come to mommy's freedom hall. Go to the monkey hall.
Hey, Salem,
kids down there.
Salem.
Yeah. Yes.
They were in Japan.
No, they were in Hong Kong.
No, they're in Hong Kong.
It was Hong Kong.
It was Hong Kong.
It was Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Yeah.
it said so in the film.
Yes.
Here's how I know.
Yes.
Here's how I know. Because I know this. I know this. The reason why I know this is not only because I remember it, is because also this movie opened in China, and China has a rule where it's like you either have to have like a Chinese actor, or the movie has to have some kind of. It has to take place in China at some point in time.
Actually, it doesn't open in China.
Yep.
It opens in.
No. I'm saying it doesn't have to open. I'm saying it either has to take place in China at some point, or have a Chinese actor in it.
Okay.
Guys, Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. There is an entire 10-minute sequence in Iron Man 3 that was exclusively made for China, where he actually goes to China and goes, hey, China, even though I'm Iron Man, my heart's all fucked up. Your amazing modern Chinese medicine needs to save me. And it's this whole scene about how great China is. And it only exists in the Chinese version. It's real.
Wow. I need to look that up. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Godzilla needs to destroy. Godzilla needs to destroy my Chinese cities. Then.
Okay. Let me get into how. Let me get into how stupid Apex Cybernetics is. Okay. Say you're running a cybernetic company, right? You're building a gigantic mecha that could rival the Titans, right? You guys follow me on this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it sounds pretty awesome. I know what you're talking about.
Here's the
Oh, wait, let him finish.
Yeah, come on, nerve. Guys, Ava pilots, come on. 2023. Don't you want to pilot an Ava today? Oh, dude, it gave me so many Evangelion flashbacks.
Wait,
I'm
let
not
him finish.
joking.
Let him finish.
Even
I
the
want to hear what he
purest-
has to say.
Let him finish.
Okay. So you need a particular type of radiation, the type of radiation that comes off of Godzilla, right? So
Yes.
instead of going to the source, which is Godzilla himself, and taking off a piece of his dorsal fin, which would probably be extremely easy to do, you come up with a complete and utter cockamamie plan to go to the center of the Earth to get the radiation that's coming off of the monster that you could have easily just gotten off of.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
here's the weird part. It's not even that. It was that they tried to max the energy signature. So it wasn't even that they didn't have the appropriate amount of power. It's that they didn't know that they needed how much more of it they needed.
No, it was like So yeah, it was that part was definitely one of the objectively dumb ones where it's like all they needed to do was scan a sample and they could recreate it, which it's like that doesn't really seem like how that energy source would work.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like how it would work.
Okay.
But
to be fair,
I was kind of hoping that they would shoot it back up to them or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's more like they don't know. They have the energy power. They just don't know what's that in the background. Jesus.
Oh, is that me or?
No, I hear it too.
I don't know.
I hear some music too.
I don't know.
I just hear humming, but it's like every so often. It's not really constant though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe if I
but
hold on a second.
But like here,
let me close the door to this place. Maybe that'll cut out any background noise.
Okay. So we're dealing.
Yeah, it was Salem. Okay. Well, here's the thing I want to point out. Like, they try to pull this. Well, it was all this evil cybernetics fault for the reason why Godzilla is like this. And when I watch the movie, I'm just like, no. Like, if you're telling me the entire human race is dependent on Godzilla not being in a shitty mood, and you don't have, and like they're trying to basically even the odds, you're telling me they're the bad guys? I'm like, you must be out of your goddamn mind, because I'm siding with these motherfuckers right now.
Well, because
it's like this. If Batman had a piece of kryptonite and Superman got so mad that he started killing and destroying Gotham, killing people and destroying parts of Gotham, and then getting mad that Superman had a contingency plan in case he started randomly killing and murdering and destroying the city at his leisure. He has the kryptonite for a reason. You're building Mecha Godzilla for a reason. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm siding with the Mega Corporation here. You're not making the Mega Corporation look bad when you have Godzilla literally destroying.
Well, the thing is, they did this intentionally. They were intentionally drawing Godzilla out. Godzilla would not have been destroying these places if they were not intentionally antagonizing him.
Here's the thing, though. He only destroyed one place.
They want the voters against him. They want the voters to cancel Godzilla.
But see, that's the other thing. It's he only destroyed that one building.
He didn't. He did not destroy the whole. He destroyed God. Okay, he destroyed entire cities, and even the girl tried to say, "Well, Kong was letting us live in peace." I'm sorry. You want me to live under the fear of a shadow of a monster?
Well, no, I'm saying is that what's weird is that the movie, it's like Godzilla attacks what is it, Pensacola? He attacks the facility in Pensacola, destroys it.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. That's really his only attack. Like, sure,
Yeah.
Hong Kong
Yep.
comes later, but that's two. That's number two. It's not
Yeah,
like it's a
and
pattern.
the only reason he
no.
goes to Hong Kong is once again it's the energy that the corporation is giving off.
Well, actually, it's
But-
it's the
wait.
psionic of King Ghidorah's skull. That's a whole other can of worms that I'm itching to get.
Yeah.
Well,
Same, 'cause
okay.
that
Well,
bothers-
like,
it kind of bothers
but
me,
here's-
kind of doesn't.
but here's the thing.
Oh,
they're trying really hard to paint the science. And here's the thing: the scientist dudes aren't even doing it for like money or anything. They're legitimately like, we are trying to protect mankind from Godzilla if he chooses. Which again, I don't even know how intelligent Godzilla is, but if he chooses to just go crazy
Yes.
and start killing shit and destroying the world, what the hell kind of defenses are we gonna have?
But see, here's
None.
the thing. Here's the thing, and here's the problem with that whole plot line is that at first it seems like that's the route they're gonna go. Like when you kind of realize the Mechagodzilla, you think that's the route they're gonna go, and they're just kind of being pseudo dicks about it. But then he gives that the guy in charge of Apex gives that stupid monologue about mankind now being the
Yep.
top species, and it's like that. At that moment, it's like, all right, you destroyed any nuance that this could have had.
And the other thing I
And
got to
like
bring
a-
up
and
though
like a-
is that
and-
well the
that's
thing
like, and that's sorry, I was gonna say that's what I mean when I say there's a difference between something dumb and something dumb being written into a movie. Like you just wrote that into the movie to try to make them seem evil, but it just makes them it's just dumb. It's dumb.
Now you
it's
see,
stupid.
because from my perspective, I was getting really pissed at this corporation because it was evident, just like in the other Godzilla movies, even the ones outside Legendary Universe, a bunch of the Toho movies, every fucking time that people go like, let's go fuck with Godzilla, even though that he has proven time and time again that his interests will normally coexist with ours, and then it pisses him off. Then he has
Again,
no.
He points out
Then he
the
has
folly
no.
of man.
Yeah, there you go. But the thing is, it's like they're the ones that poke him, and then we're supposed to look at him as the bad guy when all that he was doing was just taking a nap in the bottom of the ocean.
I mean,
You know,
because
no,
like.
it's-
Yeah, it's
Let me,
just kinda
because
handy.
this is gonna be kind of the history aspect of it, and I can kind of see what they were trying to do because like when you look at the origins of the original Mechagodzilla, like his origins are, well, I won't say that all over the place. They're fucking bonkers because like the original Mechagodzilla was
Yes.
built by aliens, and for the longest time, and at the
Yep.
beginning of the movie. It was disguised as the real Godzilla going around attacking cities, attacking other monsters, basically trying to frame Godzilla as being wholly evil. And then you can
thought
kind
they
of
were
tell
gonna
because in the marketing, it kind of looks like that's going to be the case, especially when it got revealed that Mechagodzilla was going to be in it. But then
It is
later,
It's especially with the blue eyes that were glowing. That was something
Yep.
really new.
yeah, and then also in this when Mechagodzilla returned, the second one, it was the same Mechagodzilla, but that was created by aliens, but it was repurposed by humans to be the ultimate anti-Godzilla weapon. So
Hey,
from the
Beta Cat.
get-go,
Hey,
it looked like this
Sorry.
was going to be like a bit of a combination of that, where it's not really an evil entity; it's just a robot that people use for either good or evil. So, like that seemed
Yeah.
like the route they were going to go, and then they just went fucking bonkers with it.
They
I
didn't
mean,
go
like,
cartoon enough.
hold on. Here's what he says. His active skull is what attracted him. Agitates Godzilla. Why is he being hostile? I'm just saying like this. If you live in a world where you can be wiped off the planet because Godzilla's having his defense, because again, they're inconsistent with how intelligent Godzilla is. You don't know if he acts on instinct. We don't know if he actually has a conscience. We don't know. But at the very end of the day, Godzilla can wipe out the planet if he wanted to. If you're telling me that this mega corporation is in the wrong for saying, "Hey, we want to make a robot just in case this motherfucker wants to destroy us. Just in case, we will make a robot just in case." And you're trying to tell me that you're trying to tell me that they're wrong. I'm just like, no.
Yes, they are. They're so wrong because they fucking know. They know that if you intimidate Godzilla, he will come to fuck your shit up.
No,
that's the whole thing with Ghidorah.
They wanted to flex. This guy, he's like a dork who just made his gun claw, and he's
got a point.
Look at my gun claw.
He's got a point because like,
look at my cool fucking robot.
No, he's got a point there because it's like when you really think about it, it makes sense to not just like that. That's such a flimsy thing to think about. It's just we got to rely on this one monster to fight all our battles. What happens if he loses? Don't sit here and say he can't lose because he lost before.
It's not even the fact that again, we've shown time again, Godzilla can just go nuts and just destroy humans. Like again, because I said we don't know how intelligent he is. We don't.
We know that he runs off of instinct, and his instinct tells him he's the alpha male. He's got the biggest dick. Don't bring the tape measuring. Don't bring the tape measure to the room. He's gonna be intimidated.
Salem, calm down, Salem, calm down.
Salem. Hear me out.
Female Godzilla in this house.
Here, Salem. Let me ask you a question. What's better? Well, let me ask you, what's better? Would you rather rely on people? Would you rather rely on a monster potentially not attack, looming under the foot of a monster your entire life, or just in case that monster even slips and realizing that he could end your entire life, he can end everything. Like, I can't believe I'm defending Zack Snyder's Batman, but if there's a 1% chance that he can go
no,
because okay, so I get where Slim's coming from. Because think of it this way. All right.
It's not even a 1% chance. It's more like it's a 40% chance. It's a 60-40% chance.
It's almost guaranteed if you don't fuck with him. They've had enough time with Godzilla. They've had enough time with Godzilla to know how he behaves.
No. Okay, so think of it this way. All right, think of it from this way. All right, so because he's right, the Superman thing is probably it's probably the easiest comparison to make. The difference is, though, Superman is a man. You can talk to him. You can understand what he's saying. You can have a conversation with him. You can't have a conversation with Godzilla. You can't ever truly know where he's coming from. And even if you try to say like,
and you can't reason with him either.
But here's the other thing. Like, even if you're saying, okay, so let's say you're like, all right, Godzilla's always. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, let's say you know for a fact Godzilla is always going to be on your side, right? It's still a smart idea to have a defense against, if not Godzilla, other kaijus in general. Like, it still makes sense to create something that could defend yourself until Godzilla gets there, at the very least.
It's a horrible idea to make something that's going to intimidate Godzilla.
Okay, here's the thing.
Without having a real power source. Don't have your robot. Don't even turn on that fucking robot until you even have a power source secured. Don't even attempt it. That was the biggest flaw. They powered that thing.
They did, but like I said, it was really weird how they did it. They said it was more like they didn't know like the exact readings to match Godzilla's power level or something. That's why they needed the original power source. It wasn't so much that they didn't have something that could take him down. It was like they didn't know how powerful his power source. I don't know. They worded it weird, so it's not like they it's not like they needed that power source. It was like we kind of need the readings to understand how much power we need. And it was worded weird. I remember it was worded really oddly.
Well, because the thing was like basically they never told the guy who was going to the Hollow Earth why they needed the power source. They were just saying like it would be a great benefit to mankind in general. Later, it's revealed that they already built the Mechagodzilla, but there isn't enough energy to properly power it like indefinitely. It was always like you power it on for a minute, it does one thing, and it powers off. But here's the other issue, though, is that the Godzilla wasn't coming after it simply for existing. He was coming after it because King Ghidorah was still alive within it.
Yep.
It's not
Yep.
Goes to show how powerful King Ghidorah is if its fucking skull is enough to intimidate Godzilla.
Well, I don't think. Well,
you mean Captain.
I don't know.
Captain.
I don't know if King Ghidorah. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not probably right to say King Ghidorah was still alive in it, but he was being used to create it, so that was probably a factor into why he was going after it.
Gotta say, I love that they pulled from Toho and decided to combine King Ghidorah with the origins of Mechagodzilla in this one. That was really cool to see on the big screen.
Okay, let me ask you this. You said you only like Godzilla only attacks those who feel like he's a threat or a threat to us. Okay, then why did he attack King Kong? Why did he attack Kong?
Because King Kong is the one Titan that refused to bow to him.
No.
They imply some weird.
No. It's because it doesn't make any sense. Because here's the thing.
No bullshit.
Salem, let me finish real quick. Okay. I guess that they're ancient enemies and shit. But here's the thing. Kong was just chilling. He did not give a shit. Kong was just
they had to contain him and the island because he would have gone after Godzilla or Godzilla would have come after him.
So here's the thing.
Some point,
Okay, first of all, there are two things.
When I'm tired of these monkeys stinking up my island, fuck these monkeys.
No, here's the thing. You said like
monkeys.
Like, how could he even sense Kong? Because like you guys keep saying, he's just a big ass monkey. He doesn't.
Dude, did you see what that monkey? Did you see what those monkeys did? They built temples in the middle of the earth.
Yeah.
Well, because also, what do you call it? Like
they're proto-humans.
In the 2014 Godzilla movie, Godzilla was literally tracking the Mutos throughout the world wherever they went. So I mean, it stands to reason he could track Kong as well.
I can explain that actually. It's because there's a psionic link between Titans that allows them to track each other, which is why he was able to track King Ghidorah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's that. There's also the fact that Ghidorah just brought a fucking hurricane with him wherever he went.
I wonder how long she's on the effect.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to think of.
Here I am, coming at you like a hurricane.
Okay, so
that they used in order to control the mecha with.
Okay. Wait, sorry. Edgy wants to join the stream. So does anyone want to give up their turn for a little bit?
I could give up my turn for a little bit.
All right.
But yeah.
Am I on? Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I literally just came in on Ghidorah making the tornado or hurricanes wherever he went. Which was awesome, by the way.
Let me catch you up to speed. Godzilla vs. Kong was an amazing movie with flawless logic, and people don't agree with this.
Here's the thing. Like at that point though, you got at that point though. You just said Godzilla only really attacks those who threaten his power, and at this point, Kong is really just chilling. He really does not care.
Well, they
So
remember they established that Kong's
Kong likes
people
to
and
fight.
Godzilla's
Kong
people
likes
have
to
just
fight.
people. Listen to me. Species have always been like it's implied they've been hunting
Yeah.
each other.
Well, they didn't
Yeah, I
establish it. They said it.
They said it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I get
they
I
outright
get
said-
that.
and you
I
even
don't know.
see it in the
Maybe Kong species borrowed Godzilla's lawnmower and never returned it. Maybe
Well, I
they were
think
just
we know what
really
happened.
shitty fucking neighbors.
I think
I know what
Oh man,
happened.
those fucking monkeys, they're partying again.
I
and
think
they
one of the
smell.
problems.
Daddy,
one of the
get rid
problems-
of them.
Okay,
one of the
bef-
problems this movie has is that like it doesn't do a good job explaining why there's a rivalry between these two species.
They hinted at it. I think when they go into the throne room in the Hollow Earth
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
you notice
They
actually,
hint at it, but it's
the
not
axis,
really.
Yeah, but like,
Well,
the
actually,
axis
but like-
Godzilla's dorsal fin or a Godzilla's dorsal fin, and also it reacts to
Hey,
the whole
guys.
area. And I think it's kind of they're trying to suggest
Can I have-
that like the
Uh,
energy that Godzilla radiates or something. Maybe the Kong species hunts him for that. Again, they don't explain that shit, which is something
but like,
Yeah.
that did bug me a little bit.
but
Can I,
but like,
can I get a word in about how this is a series and that I've noticed something about that? This movie series has a really bad habit of introducing characters in the movie before and then not telling you anything about them in the current fucking movie. Like, if
Yeah,
I had
I
not
agree with
seen
that.
Kong
Yeah.
Skull Island, I would not know King Kong's character. They did not characterize him enough, and I'm going to say this: you can give monkeys character. Look at the new
I think they
Planet of
gave
the Apes.
him-
It is fucking amazing. He
I think
needed
they
I
gave
mean,
him
I
enough
five more
character
minutes. The
for
movie
you to
could
kind
have
of figure
5
out.
more minutes.
I think they gave
Yeah,
him
like,
enough character.
there-
It's just
I
you
feel-
don't know. You don't really know like why
yeah, no,
I want
no,
more
they
sad
gave him,
monkey.
they
I want
gave him,
looking
they
more
gave him,
sad.
they
He's finding his
they gave
home.
him more character. It's just like I said, they don't give him enough focus. Because again, like I said,
Mhm.
I think most of the
ironically-
movie was on Kong more than Godzilla. Actually,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kong was
but
the
like-
main
Oh,
character.
Kong was
Like
like the
I-
main
like I-
character,
this,
really.
we got to be
I'm
honest.
just trying to-
This
I'm
was
trying
more
to-
of like a King Kong sequel.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
Skull
I'm-
Island
this is-
sequel with
I'm trying
Godzilla
to-
in it.
I'm trying to exemplify here. I'm saying like, ironically, I think one of the complaints people always have is that there's too much human shit. And I'm saying that's a problem in this movie. I still think there's too much human shit.
It was a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit more
Not
balanced
directed the right way.
than the other two.
Not spent in the right way. Not spent in
Yeah.
the right way, and not spent
Yeah.
on the right.
Yeah,
characters.
like it's like
We
you
didn't
know
need
you know
Stranger
like the
Things
you know
girl and Deadpool boy and wannabe Hannibal. I'm telling you, if this movie was made 4 years ago, that black guy would be played by Hannibal.
yeah, but here's the thing.
Nicholson.
It feels like that role was written for him.
I'm a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like that
Who is
role was
Hannibal
written for
again?
Hannibal.
Like who plays Hannibal? I'm confused.
Are you
He's a-
talking
he's a-
about
he's a-
Anthony Hopkins or Mads Mikkelsen?
No,
the guy from
Oh, could
the
you imagine if they got?
the guy
Oh,
guy
Hannibal
from Eric
Burgess.
Andre. The guy
Hannibal
from Eric
Burgess.
Andre.
Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hannibal-
I
yeah,
swear,
Hannibal
if
Burgess.
This movie was made 4 years ago. It'd be him. I swear that would have
But
been
like
him 4
here's
years ago.
but like
Or
but
they
like
thought of
here's the
him
thing.
in
Like
mind
I
while
said,
running
Yes.
you can cut that 1/3 of the movie out and nothing would change.
Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like about that was, what's her name?
More
Millie.
monkey, less that.
What's her
Millie
name? The
Bobby
girl
Brown.
from Stranger Things. I always forget her name. Millie something.
Oh, Millie Bobby
Bobby
Brown.
Millie
yeah.
Bobby Brown. Her whole part of the story could have really been cut, and it really wouldn't have changed much.
Yeah, the whole thing with those three characters was just to slowly build up and reveal the Mecha Godzilla part
Which
of
I
the
don't
movie.
mind them doing
And
a
the-
slow
and the
reveal of
problem-
that.
And the problem with that was that at the end of the day, all that they really accomplished was just doing that. So it's like they didn't add anything narratively to
Yeah, they
the
just
story at all.
slowed a Mecha Godzilla down for 5 seconds so
and-
Kong
and-
could get a kill, and that was it. And it didn't even seem like it was that significant because Godzilla was right there.
Can
It
I-
was clearly getting nothing about
not to mention
Can I
not to
also
mention it was so stupid. Like it was like oh, the computer's still technically controlling him. Let me dump a bunch of booze.
I mean, if you want to shut down a computer, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, because I feel like
wait a minute. You guys telling me that whiskey can't solve? You telling me that whiskey can't solve the world's problems?
Well, I mean, it did solve the world's
I
problems.
mean, it literally did.
I'm just saying, like, technically, if Mechagodzilla had just literally destroyed the rest of the building, which he probably would have at some point, he would have malfunctioned anyway.
Well, here's the thing: he was still fighting even when they destroyed it. It was just like I think what they said was it was like he was linked to a satellite, so it was helping him.
So yeah, that's what I was saying.
It was just implied that it was helping him, but not like he needed it.
That's why I was saying, like, I feel like
took over.
But see,
that's what I think too, honestly.
But see, here's what I'm saying. I feel like they should have focused more. Like, I'm not saying, well, because I do think that was part of it. I don't think that was like the whole thing, but I think they should have put more focus on that. Like, they should have just straight up said, no, the remains of Gigora are now in this machine, and then that could have been a callback to the Mechagodzilla 3, where
that's what I think. Mechagodzilla 2.
Well, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mechagodzilla 3 was the bones of the original Gojira.
No, yeah, Mechagodzilla 2 was the one where they used Mecha Ghidorah to make Mechagodzilla, which sounds really confusing saying that aloud. But
yeah, because Mechagodzilla 3 is Kiryu, and I think it's a bit of a both, where because in Mechagodzilla 2, it's still a piloted machine. It doesn't have a consciousness. However, Mechagodzilla 3 is the one that technically has a consciousness.
Yeah,
so
it has a consciousness of the original Godzilla.
I thought they were doing like a combination of them, where it's like it's got a consciousness, but it's the consciousness of Gigora and not necessarily the original Godzilla.
That's what I think they were trying to do, but they didn't like 100% confirm it. I think that was the subtext they were going for.
I think they should have doubled down on that.
Make the movie better. Less Stranger Things girl. It should have had less Stranger Things girl. Should have had a scene about the scientist being more sad about his brother. Like maybe he's drunk. Like when the guys come in, have him be like totally blackout drunk to make him look more fucked up. Because I noticed he had a redemption arc, but it didn't fully read. The little girl in Kong. It's like those things didn't fully fucking read. Take Stranger Things kid out. And give us more close-ups of Kong looking sad and actually talking to the kid. I actually thought
they did a good job with Kong and the girl. Like, I wouldn't change anything with that. The only thing I would have changed is, like you said, I keep Millie Bob. I want to call her Millie Bob. I'm sorry. Millie Bob. That's what I'm going to call her from now on.
Millie Bob and Joe Bob.
Millie Bob.
I'm sorry, Millie. No, that's not your name.
Like another thing I didn't get is the one scene where she's like where the pseudo mom is like, oh my god, Kong can communicate. No fucking shit.
Well, I said he never did sign language back. I think is what they were.
No. You had him under 24-hour surveillance.
They recorded.
You recorded him 24 hours, and she clearly speaks sign language to him quite frequently. There's no way you should know he doesn't understand sign language.
Just because you understand doesn't mean you can't. You do it back. You know?
I was gonna say because
that would be the counter I would say to that is
because the other thing too is like if I'm not mistaken, didn't they say like a storm pretty much killed everything on Skull Island? So that means that she could have been because the natives and Kong had a good relationship. That means that she could have been been having sign language with Kong well before Monarch encapsulated.
That's
him
a better point, because they did establish that in Kong Skull Island that there were humans on the island and they lived with Kong, at least not directly with him, but they were in like the same area.
What I'm trying to say is that they tried to imply
the natives were also known. I'm sorry to interrupt, but the natives were also known for not talking to each other.
Yeah, they also implied in Kong Skull Island.
I get that. What I'm trying to say is what I find stupid is why did you guys think that Kong wasn't capable of communication or incapable of being a cognitive thought? Why are you surprised that he's smart?
I don't think they were surprised. I think they were surprised that. I don't think they didn't think he was incapable. They were just surprised that he did it.
Yeah, I think that
Just because you think someone can do something, it still surprises you when they actually do it.
I think it was like they never
But
realized.
like you studied him for 10 years.
Still, you can study an animal for 10 years and not see everything
I think
about
it's one of those where he delivered.
yeah.
I think it's the show that, like, again, this might be me filling in the blanks for them, but I feel like it might have been a case of like he
then it's bad
deliberately
writing. Then if you need somebody else to say, well, this is what I think
let
would
him
happen.
finish, dude.
No, I'm saying it's like they're probably trying to imply that like he actively avoided communicating with them. Like he could communicate
because he
with
didn't
them.
trust them, right? They said that he only trusts the girl.
Yeah, they said that he was
scared in his first movie.
Yeah,
they established that he's capable of like not understanding but trusting humans, I guess, or at least not viewing them as a threat. Or
because he literally looked Samuel L. Jackson in the eye and was like, "This nigga trying to kill me."
And Brie Larson like literally got to touch him, and he was fine with it.
Him and that woman dated. Yeah, him and that woman, they date. When the credits rolled, they dated. They switched numbers. She lived at his place for a little bit, but it was kind of too much.
Oh god damn it! That's the other reason you gotta freaking root against Kong. He saved Brie Larson.
Yeah, he saved Brie Larson. That's why Godzilla hates Kong.
He killed Nick Fury. He killed Nick Fury, and he saved Captain Marvel.
Oh, he saved Loki too. He was in the movie.
Ooh.
No, you know what?
Godzilla's the fucking hero confirmed.
Hey,
yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Backton said he said he purposely had the fact that he purposely hid the fact that he communicated. But here's the thing: he still communicated with the girl, and he was still under 24-hour surveillance.
But that's because the girl was.
They would have caught something. You can't sit here and say that
you didn't communicate with him until he was upset. So
they communicate with smells, guys. It was smells.
Nails.
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to be rude, but at this point, y'all just making up bullshit for the movie.
We are not making bullshit, dude.
I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying.
You literally just saying that we're spouting bullshit. I
didn't say y'all said
farts. He's calling me out. He's calling me out because I'm saying to communicate with farts.
I'm not saying what y'all saying is bullshit. What y'all saying is perfectly plausible. I'm just saying, like, if you have to explain it for the movie, then then it's just bad writing. It's just
not if it's something you can infer from the movie.
It's not. The thing is, they don't want to linger on this shit because they just want to get to the stuff that we paid admission for.
Yeah, they know what they're doing in that regard.
Which is big gator versus monkey.
Yeah, big gator versus monkey. Yeah. That's what we paid to see, and I'm happy with that.
Okay. So like, I'm just saying this. I get it. I understand it. You want to, but here's the thing. Like, do you want to? And I'm just gonna say it right now. Do you want just? And I get it. You can be honest. I'm just saying it right now. I would rather have an experience with. I would rather have an experience with the movie rather than just getting a few. If I wanted to just see some cool fight scenes, I just go on YouTube and watch some cool fight scenes. Well, that's it. And here's the thing: if I go in to see a movie, I want a plot, I want character, I want a story that tries. This movie.
It depends on the movie for me, to be honest with you. Like if a movie.
I'm not
like for a split second.
It really depends on the movie, and for a Godzilla movie, I expect there to be a story. It's probably not going to make sense because every Godzilla movie it doesn't make any fucking sense.
What are you going to say, Struggler?
Yeah. If that's all that you want, then why make a movie in the first place? Why not just make a couple of CG stuff for online and just drop it there, or watch a couple of clips of just monsters throwing themselves around? It's
because Because this is how we've been doing it since the beginning of time.
No. So
Here we
here's
go.
here's because this was the thing we were talking about on Twitter, and now that I can speak, I can kind of like try to convey it just a little bit better because
Yeah,
I
because
get where
Twitter's
he's
shit
coming
at
from.
that.
Because
Yeah,
I get exactly
yeah.
where he's coming from. Because technically
Fuck
speaking,
Twitter.
kaiju movies started off having strong narratives and good monster action. Because he's absolutely
go.
right. That is
Mhm.
They
what
did with the
that is
first
what,
Godzilla, at least.
and the original King Kong. Those are like the two. They're not the King Kong is technically the first kaiju movie, but you get what I'm saying. Like of those two main movies, they did establish a precedence of having good monster action and good character stories. However, the thing is though, as time went on, that slowly just stopped. Well, I won't say that stopped being the norm. It definitely, it was still a thing here or there, but at the same time, there was also like a counter precedence where these movies kind of like I feel like some of these movies kind of realize that like there's not much we can do to make this story work too much, and so it seems like some of those movies kind of like doubled down on the action, and so you have this weird dynamic
Mhm.
where yes, the movie's foundation, like the genre's foundation, is good action, good story. But as time kind of went on, it also established a precedence for having stupid stories and great action. So there's a bit of a 50-50 when it comes to these movies. Because you're absolutely right. This movie could have done a lot better with its story. I like the story.
I don't think
But it
anyone
could
would
have done a lot
disagree with.
better.
Like here's the thing. I want to give an example because I think I have a good example of what I'm talking about overall. And like I said, if you like, and before I go any further, I'm not mad that anybody liked this movie. If you like this movie and enjoy it, great, man. It's great. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's how I guess it's how my mind works. And like you said, for some people they just can't enjoy stuff like this. Some people can't. Some people can just turn their minds off, turn their brains off. But I think a good example, in my opinion, of this done well is like at the end of the day, the Sonic movie. Because the people went into Sonic movie, oh, it's gonna be another dumb video game movie because again, the original Sonic was fairly simple. It doesn't matter what Sonic you take from. There's a lot of stupid Sonic stories too. Sonic is very ridiculous, but the thing about the Sonic movie is they put in effort, they put in focus, and they knew what to focus on. They didn't just give us point A to point B and then not care what's between point A to point B. Or at the very
I
least,
don't think
not
it's that they
interested.
didn't care. I don't even know if I'd go that far to say that they didn't
Yeah.
care.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying like more like I don't know how to articulate it because at the same time it feels like they're trying.
Tag me.
It's like
Tag me. Tag me.
it's like they're trying too hard, but at the same time not trying hard enough.
I didn't get that they
And
were
I-
trying too hard. It was just they weren't
Like-
completely phoning it in, but they weren't completely 100% focused
Like-
on that. If that makes sense.
Like let me get like I said, let me go back to the Sonic example. One of the reasons I liked Sonic so much, the Sonic movie so much, is that the Sonic movie had a lot of fucking focus. If you compare it to like other like video game movies or other chipmunk-esque movies like that, I would say that the reason that Sonic was a lot better than those movies because they actually had focus. There were like you got Eggman versus Sonic, you got him collecting the rings, you got him going supersonic speed, you got all the stuff you wanted to see in a good Sonic movie, and they did present itself as a goofy kids movie at the same time. And I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that it's not a goofy kids movie because it is. And I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is they knew what to keep the focus on, and when they found that focus, they put like for instance, there's the subplot where he's wondering whether or not he should stay in Green Hill or go to the city. That's literally brought up twice in the movie. That's literally brought up between him and Sonic twice in the movie, and then come to a conclusion near the end. They don't stretch it out. They don't. It's not brought up once and then never brought up again, and then suddenly swoops in at the end to coincide. Or they don't spend too much time on and dragging it out either.
So
It's
I
focused
think
and to the point, and I think that's the problem with Kong. It's not focused to the point. It just feels like stuff is. Here's an interesting idea. Let's just throw it out. I think that's the best way to put it. It feels like the ideas they're just thrown out there. The ideas are just thrown out there.
I think one of the issues here is that when it comes to the Sonic versus kind of Kong thing, is that at the end of the day, Sonic is a character that can actively, like, straight up talk.
That's also true.
You can have moments where he literally talks to a character and like not saying, because you don't necessarily have to explain these things, but you can have in dialogue him talking about these issues and convey them. With Kong, though, I know the movie establishes he has sign language and stuff like that, but you can't really do that same thing.
Exactly, like I said, it's too much. It's too much human stuff. Cut out.
Wait, hold on.
Cut out the trio.
So there's too much human stuff, but then you're also saying that. But like, it seems like you didn't like most of the human stuff anyway. So it's like
that's what I'm saying. Like, focus on the human stuff that matters. My problem isn't that Kong.
Who it was directed on.
Yeah,
okay,
like
that makes sense.
My problem isn't that Kong, that there is human stuff in Kong. My problem is that a lot of the human stuff is pointless and needless and convoluted. Just focus.
I wouldn't say
it's
pointless or needless, but it is convoluted.
It really
is convoluted.
there.
I will.
Hello.
It really is just there to get from A to B, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, but at the very end of the day, I still care about how you get from A to B, because when you get from A to B and how you got from A to B doesn't make any sense. You pretty much say, "Well, I should."
Wait. Okay.
Can I just interject something just real fast? I do agree that there's wrong focus on different humans, because I don't know if anyone actually caught this, but the scientist that's in the psionic thing is actually Ren Shiozawa. The son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I completely missed that.
Yeah.
I completely missed that. That is something.
That was something I was going to bring up. Like,
that.
I was going to bring that up. Like, that's a completely wasted character.
Yeah, that's a completely wasted character. You could have had something interesting.
They wasted our Shinji Ikari. He got immediately blowed up when Mechagodzilla exploded from the nerve building.
That is something that they fucked up on.
And then like, but then like,
no, let him finish.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to.
We have Bernie and fucking Josh just making stupid jokes at each other the entire time, as Lily Molly Brown sneaking around the worst security system I have.
Yeah, that irked me.
Oh my god,
that did irk me.
Guys, I was in the theater cracking up every moment that they were walking around, because I'm like, okay, they get it caught right here, right? Oh no.
Yeah, that's
right here, right? Oh no.
They literally didn't get caught to like.
And then when they finally get
to like one hour and 45 minutes in is when they finally get caught.
No. But here's the part that got me. That was one of the times when I legitimately got a laugh out of them. Is when the guy's pointing the guns at him. He's like, open the door, and the guy tries to pretend, I can't hear you. And then he like smacks it with his gun. He's like, okay.
Like, so
they shoot the door, don't they?
Yeah, they shoot the door or something. I can't remember.
The one thing I will say though is that, like, when I think, because when it comes to like the Godzilla movies and kaiju movies in general, as much as I love the monster action, as much as like, because I am one of those fans when it comes to kaiju movies and Godzilla movies, I do lean more towards like the dumb action movies rather than the
Same.
the deep story ones. Not to say I don't like both, but you know what I mean. I do think, however,
So you'd rather watch
is-
the one
it-
with the time traveling Terminators and the Ghidorah babies than Godzilla '84?
yes.
That
But,
one
like,
was
here's-
that one was good. I like that one.
Shrubler can contest to this. My favorite movie, Godzilla. My favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Final Wars, which is
Oh, I
probably one of
hated
the,
that one.
which is
Oh,
probably one of the
nice.
dumbest plots in the entire series.
I actually hated that one.
Oh,
But-
come on! Final Wars gets a pass because of the Exilian kid.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, I thought you were
But
gonna.
I still, Slim. Have you seen Godzilla Final Wars?
like I said, I'm a very casual Godzilla fan.
Okay,
Let me just say
I just
this.
want you. One second. I just want to tell Slim this. Slim, after this stream, I want you to just go onto YouTube and type in Gigan Rises and Godzilla
Yes.
Final Wars.
Seen it. But you want to talk about the movie just throwing shit in at the last second. Final Wars is guilty of that. Hardcore with
But
the
okay, so just to finish what I was saying though.
that shit was
Yeah.
thrown in so fast.
Just to finish what I was
Oh,
saying
yeah, I'll
though,
let you
before I
talk,
lose
sorry.
the thought is that so yeah, like when it comes to like the dumber side of the kaiju movies / Godzilla movies, I still think it's a mistake to just cut out the human plot line entirely, because at that point,
Yeah.
that's when you truly get to that point where what's the point of making a movie? You might as well have just made a bunch of fight scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
my
what I'm
point.
saying.
That's my
Like,
problem
if
with the whole entire thing is that you get. To
No,
that
I
point
think you
now.
can make it highbrow like Planet of the Apes too. Dude,
Like, here's-
as someone
like,
out there
here's-
can give me my King Kong monster movie with no dialogue, exactly like War of the Planet of the Apes or like the second Planet of the Apes movie.
here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if you're gonna have a human element to it,
Excuse me.
what I'm trying to say is simplify and focus it.
Well,
You don't need, like I said, it just felt like they were just throwing stuff. Oh, he has a dead brother, throw that out. He has a daughter who's obviously, we'll throw that in there. We have this. What do you think about it? The whole, like, the woman who's like the girl's surrogate daughter, like surrogate mother. She was
That was so
overall
weird.
kind of pointless. She was overall kind of
Guys, that
pointless
was the
too. The
show-
more I think about it.
Duvall stand-in. My
Well,
mother.
the only
You know
reason
what,
they needed her was
You know
to
what,
help
a
them
bunch
get
of this,
Kong.
a bunch of this stuff actually, a bunch of this stuff. Now I think about it, could have been fixed up or just tightened up quite a bit if they just cut
In editing.
the amount of characters in each path. Like
uh,
even with
I mean,
I get why
No Stranger Things
the scientist who was with the
Just show us
girl
Mechagodzilla.
was there. They do need to give her more to. I do think they could have given her more to do.
Like I said, man. Like I said, I don't mind. Like I said, if they would have cut down and simplified and focused the human, like again, like a lot of, like I said, a lot of the characters in this movie felt pointless, and a lot of the stuff in this film felt pointless and needlessly stupid. And so I'm just like, you could cut a lot of stuff from this movie, simplify it, and I think we would have gotten a better movie. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, I think one thing that could have saved this movie quite a bit is if, like, what do you call it?
Sauron,
think-
save this movie. This movie's perfect. You don't need to save it.
Okay, let me
The movie wasn't
rephrase
like
that.
a
Let me
dumpster
rephrase
fire or
that.
anything.
Let me rephrase that because you're right. I do like this movie. I think one thing that could have saved the human
Mercenary
plot
Orc,
line
you're right, he did.
is if
It was weird. It was
you
very weird.
change. I think if you change the plot line of, like, I think they should have done a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 1, where Mechagodzilla is rampaging. It's disguised as the real Godzilla. It's
They already
rampaging
did that,
throughout the
though.
world. And they're trying to frame Godzilla in order to get the world to sign off on having Mechagodzilla be a thing. Because at that point,
Mechagodzilla's in the army.
you can still have the reveal of Mechagodzilla being a thing, and then they can even make it to where, like, the plot point involving Kong is like, well, Godzilla's gone crazy. We need another Titan to take him on. The only Titan that's capable of doing that is King Kong.
they kind of already have a justification for having a Mecha Godzilla, considering what happened in the last Godzilla movie. Like the idea of like, why don't we have something in case either Godzilla or some other monster shows up? Because they don't know if there's something out there more powerful than Ghidorah, because it very well could be. It probably
Well,
is.
because I'm saying in that sense where like they keep what do you call it? And I don't know, because the whole Hollow Earth thing, like
I'll admit the Hollow Earth thing, I didn't like it in
cool.
Kong either. I thought it was kind of dumb.
But it's
guys,
like
I need to talk about that at some point.
I see you Bags. Thanks for dropping in, dude.
Like it's cool and it's cool enough. Like the concept of Hollow Earth and seeing it, that's cool enough. However, it's like at the end of the day, when you look at the plot lines between Kong and Godzilla, they really seem very separate until Godzilla blows that hole into the center of the Earth and connects the two storylines.
Well, which is fine. I mean, books do that all the time, where they'll have plot points that connect later on, but they seem disconnected.
Yeah, but it.
Like,
but
I mean, you've got some Godzilla movies where you don't even get the Godzilla connection until almost the very ending of the film.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true too.
But here's the thing. What's going on?
Sorry, I just want to interject just a little bit. The thing with the whole blowing that hole into the center of Hollow Earth kind of destroys Kong's whole subplot.
Yeah, that part was the part of the movie I was like, wait, what? He just blew a hole all the way there.
And
like, what?
Okay.
But like,
follow me for a second. So, if Godzilla could actually do that, and it's pretty obvious that it's based off of that psionic link I mentioned earlier, in which the axe sort of resonates with him and causes him to blow a hole to the center of the earth, right? It means that has a frequency. That has something that can be replicated.
Whoa, what is that noise?
Yeah, I was about to say, what is that?
Oh, but that's something that I think somebody's chewing. Somebody's chewing?
Someone's having popcorn or something.
I'm touching my hair, so they wouldn't make that noise.
But yeah, here's the thing. Can someone just stop blowing my ear, please?
Yes, someone is crunching right now.
It's Sauron or Slim, one of the two.
It's not me.
It ain't me. I just got some Jägermeister right here.
That was me. I was eating Cheeto.
It's not that loud though. So.
I've been putting on makeup.
But yeah, if there's a psionic link frequency that allows Godzilla to do that, why didn't Apex just simply find the right frequency using the psionics that they have with King Ghidorah to just simply control
They're idiots.
Godzilla? And
here's what I thought they were doing.
Because in the second film they couldn't even control Godzilla with the Orca device.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
They couldn't control him or Ghidorah with that thing, really.
Well, yeah.
Ghidorah kind of went. I'll pretend it controls me.
Yeah, he went like, I'm gonna pretend that this shit is. I'm gonna play along right now.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that is that it's pretty obvious that the psionics within King Ghidorah can actually affect Godzilla, since he's running around Apex facilities, blowing them up because he can sense Ghidorah. Right?
That doesn't mean that it can control him, though.
Yeah.
But there is the potential for
Oh,
that.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's manipulating him, so you can still use that though.
Yeah,
you can use him to like. What I was gonna say is that I think, and the movie shows this, like the Mecha Godzilla, it was emitting a signal like after they do the test thing, and Godzilla picked up on it, but it didn't seem like that was intentional. So what I'm thinking was happening was like the Ghidorah part was doing that to draw Godzilla out because it wants to kill it, rematch basically.
Well,
that's what I thought was going on, but they
really
don't actually confirm that.
I really think they should have doubled down that like Apex, like it. Let's say keep the story kind of as it is. You double down on that Ghidorah or the remaining head of Ghidorah is still technically alive, and it's kind of influencing certain things.
Yeah, they could have.
I'm going to add in.
It's basically like they're building me a new body so I can finish the fight between me and Godzilla.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they
I'm,
could have
I'm gonna
gone
add.
more into
I'm gonna
that.
add something. I'm gonna add something in because I was watching some
shut up.
behind the scenes kind of stuff, and I gotta say, here's the thing. I think that they should have just tripled down on that and did it just like you said, Sauron, because a bunch of the noises that Mechagodzilla makes,
Yeah,
they're not. They're very very subtle, but they're all Ghidorah noises.
yeah, I saw that too, where it's
I-
like
Oh,
one of his
nice,
roars is
yeah.
very.
They
One
were
of it, like
weird.
I think one of his first roars when he first breaks free is literally like Ghidorah's roar plus like some extra noise.
So it's a possibility that Ghidorah's psionics actually took over Mechagodzilla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I say I think that's
Yes.
what they were trying to go for, but the movie didn't really explain it as well as it could have.
Okay, maybe that might be a. That's,
It was more implied, which I can kind of get them just wanting to imply it.
Mhm. But technically, wouldn't it also be Mecha King Ghidorah as well?
Well,
I mean, it would technically be like Mecha
Oh,
King Ghidorah in proxy.
yeah,
and
I was gonna say, like,
here's the one thing. Okay, just because this is where my brain was going. Now you guys are probably gonna think that this was ridiculous. I would think this, but the thing was, I was just going along with the flow of the film because it was already getting science fictiony, goofy. So I was thinking, what if both the arms, because they talked about how like this biotech could literally correlate with organics and such. I was like, oh my god, if the fucking arms become like biological Ghidorah heads,
ooh,
I'm going to lose
That'd be
my
amazing.
shit.
ooh,
So
that's
here's
so.
the other thing that we
Oh, that'd
forgot.
be
Remember,
amazing.
That's one
Ghidorah
of
can
those-
regenerate.
Now, that's one of
What?
those. That's so stupid.
Yep.
That's cool.
That, no, really, no.
Ghidorah can
Oh,
regenerate. So when they
guys,
hit his skull,
This
his brain
Yeah.
mercenary, or
Like,
it wasn't a rogue Mechagodzilla he was fighting. The Mechagodzilla became rogue after fighting him and was kind of not like fighting him at that point.
Oh,
what was
God.
it? Okay, so
I
wanted
could
to
have-
mention the
oh,
Hollow
God.
Earth.
Go ahead.
Okay,
A lot of
so
things about-
I
oh,
wanted
yeah.
to point out something that I wanted to point out something that I haven't noticed anyone point out. This movie, it doesn't feel like it takes from Godzilla or King Kong as much as it seems to take from the weird Toho British combination movies from the 60s. Like Journey to the Center of the Earth and Return of the
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Land of the Dinosaurs, and yes, even the plot and like I said, the scientist brother with redemption arc. He should have been drunk in his first scene. He should have been messed. We should have had him more of a, like I said, get rid of the Stranger Things kids. Get rid of the fucking Stranger Things kids because we can still introduce that guy with Mechagodzilla with his stupid daughter. Because she's with the other people, be like, activate the weapon, and then we see Mechagodzilla. Like I'm saying, there's still ways for us to see Mechagodzilla without Stranger Things and want to be Hannibal. But it feels more like it's taking from those British Jules Verne novels, like even the monsters that we saw down there. It also looks like Kong is part of a race that seems to be proto-humans. Like that's what I'm very much guessing. And he's a baby. That's something that we gotta, especially from Skull Island. Kong is like very young compared to the rest of his race. Like,
Yeah, like
even
Godzilla's
now,
literally
like, beating
ancient.
up Godzilla.
Yeah,
like,
he's
trying to
thousands
fight
of years
Godzilla.
old.
Yeah, millions.
Isn't it actually implied that he's like almost 1,000,000 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla, yeah, like it's implied
Yes,
he's super
yes.
old in this continuity. And again, in every continuity except the first, after the original, they kind of do that. Like, because a lot of them, it's like, oh, he was a dinosaur that survived the extinction, and then the island got irradiated.
Can I talk
So
about
weird.
the Hollow Earth for like a split second, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is there a sun in Hollow Earth?
That
Yeah.
bugged me too. What was the
That
sun
bugged me a
thing?
lot.
That's
Like,
the
what
core.
was that
That's the
source?
core.
Of-
That's in.
It's the
That's
core.
in.
It's the
I
core.
assume it was the core.
That's in a lot of movies, books, TV shows, etc. That
Yeah,
go
Journey to
into
the Center of the Earth
Yeah,
had that
middle,
too.
that go into the
Yeah,
middle of the
but-
earth. It's like I got no clue why they do that, but that's something they keep doing all the time.
My
I
honest
mean,
answer is
they even do that.
Oh.
I mean, here's a really creepy one. I mean, a really weird one. You know that Disney movie Atlantis: The Lost Empire? Not only is there a
sun
sun,
too.
not only listen. Not only is there a sun down there, it also can turn into nighttime down there too.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, we could chalk that up to
Fuck
crystal
that
shit
movie.
though. In that movie,
Yeah, I think that was,
we
I
could
think
chalk
it was
that
like
to
the
crystal shit.
I
I think it
can
was the crystals.
I can see the excuse for
No,
the
I
sun
chalk it up
in
to
Hollow
ripping
Earth.
off Anno and Miyazaki. That movie, I know they're taking stuff. I know it's taken from Jules Verne, but a lot of the art they take artistically from Japan all the fucking time. The reason why people are pissed about the Kimba thing is because Disney went, we've never heard of that stupid
Here's the
Asian
thing: if you
cartoon.
watch
Nobody
YMS, he
gives a
actually
fucking
debunked
shit."
the whole Kimba Simba
Yeah,
thing.
like
no.
if you
Here's the-
actually,
I'm talking
if you,
I
if
yes,
you actually,
I,
yeah,
no,
if you actually like
I
watch
know
the,
it.
yeah,
I
if you watch
did
the
a-
movies, like,
Mhm.
sorry,
I did some
I'm
independent
sorry, I'm not.
research at one point. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, if you actually watch like Kimba the White Lion and watch Lion King, they are almost nothing alike.
Yeah, the only similarity is
Oh,
you got a
yeah.
lion character and their
It's
names
only
end
art.
in
It's only
Imba.
art.
I think
That's it.
It's only art.
another thing to keep in mind,
What I
and
was
this is
trying
back
to
to the
say-
Godzilla stuff. Oh,
People were mad about the thing is people misconstrued the Japanese. They seem to think the Japanese were saying that they ripped off it. No, what happened was there was someone from one of the studios who got I think the Americans asked the question, and I remember an interview with someone who worked at one of the studios, and they said they were actually upset from the fact that Disney at the time when they were asked about it, they went, "What the hell is Kimba? We've never heard of that obscure Jap crap. Who fucking cares?" Like that's why the Japanese were upset. That's why people are upset in the 90s, is because Disney said the show didn't even exist, even though it was the first collaborated like anime like in America. It was like one of the first dubbed, one of the first colored.
I think
It was just them saying it didn't exist.
I think like everyone, like, here's the thing. I think personally, when it came to Kimba the White Lion, I think like there was a lot of people who said there was like even Matthew Broderick and they say like Bob Disney. They said, oh well, I think like only the people who worked on the surface level of the movie actually thought it was going to be Kimba. Even when people tried to like paint like the original creator, like I forgot his name, the Godfather of anime. Yeah, Tetsuka said, even people trying to misconstrue what Tetsuka said. He said, they're trying to say, well, Tetsuka even said he can't believe that they ripped him off. He said, no, he actually said this. This is what he actually said. He said he wished they were doing an adaptation of Kimba. He didn't say that they actually did it.
Yeah.
He said, I wish they did an adaptation of Kimba, because that's not Kimba. And at the end of the day, they even kind of admitted, like, when they were like, people who actually worked on the story of the film admitted that if anything inspired them, it was Bambi. Bambi was a bigger inspiration.
Yes.
So like this whole Kimba, they thought, and I get what you're saying. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that Disney didn't see this at one point and say, "Oh shit, we already said it was original," which is ironic because it was technically original. And I do think that a lot of these things, when a lot of these things happened, because Simba does like mean like lion,
In
like
Swahili.
lion. Yeah, it means like lion and bird and stuff like that. But like
Kimba itself takes from two other properties. I'm just saying the Japanese just want you to say, hey, your cartoon existed. I watched it once when I was a kid. And yeah, somebody did draw a white line in the office at one fucking point. Your cartoon exists. Are we your cartoon? No. That's literally all they wanted. They just wanted acknowledgement that the fucking cartoon existed. That's
personally, I don't even get why
really
that's such a big deal.
Yeah, I'm
like,
kind of on that same fence.
Like, I'm a level with you. I
from Japan all the time. Atlantis.
Yeah.
Atlantis.
I'll
takes a lot from Miyazaki and Anno.
Because like
It's weird shit.
With me, with
okay, but I had brought up
artistically
the only reason I brought up Atlantis was to make the point about the, it's like it just seems like a lot of these stories that go beneath the surface for some reason have a big light source that is apparently like the sun.
My reasoning for I think they do that
Vader-
is
like
because
Vader.
otherwise it'd be hard to light the thing because you'd have to rely on flares and stuff to justify lighting. That's the only justification I can think of as to why they do it.
Vader Reviews actually pointed out that that actually then I thought about it, and he's 100% fucking right. Is that if Atlantis ripped off anything, it's freaking Stargate. It's basically Stargate with
Oh
fish.
god, yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
They did just rip off Stargate.
Honestly,
there's some weird stuff from
the whole rip-off thing. I think people use it too much, saying it's something like this because it's not that it might not be a genuine rip-off. It might be that maybe someone was just inspired by it or
didn't realize that they were.
It was already a thing.
It could be just coincidence. It really could legitimately just be a coincidence.
Hey, Slim, where did Vader say that?
He said it in his Atlantis: The Lost Empire review. He said it's basically just Stargate with fish.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
you're right.
I
must have missed his video on that. That's pretty funny.
On track real quick. We were talking about the Kong race, right? If I'm not mistaken.
At one point we were.
Yeah, the Kong race. The
reason we got off the reason we got down these other rabbit holes was just because we're talking about the Hollow Earth.
You know what I think they're gonna do with the You know what I think they were doing? I think what the movie had to do. I think what they had to do was because think about it. Kong's movie took place during Vietnam, I think. Like the Vietnam War or afterwards, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think what they were trying to do was and this is one of the problems the movie has is it's trying to be a sequel to Skull Island and also trying to, I guess their plan is since Kong is in the Hollow Earth at the end of the movie, that they're going to explore the Hollow Earth stuff in another Kong movie after this, assuming it does well, financially.
It's doing bangers.
So I think what they were doing,
I think this is the most successful box office wise of all of the MonsterVerse movies.
That's good because I know 2014 didn't perform as well as they wanted, and I don't think King of the Monsters did either, from what I heard.
Yeah.
2014 did good. It didn't do gangbusters, but did good. And then Godzilla 2018, it just passed for passable to justify making more of them.
Yeah, like the international market shot it up, and it was like,
going back to what I was saying. So I think what they were trying to do with especially with the whole throne thing, was imply why the Kongs and the Godzilla races are feuding, but also set up intrigue for a next movie. Not saying that's a good thing to do, to just introduce something and not address it at all. That's kind of bad.
Yeah,
but I can see the thought process as to why they did it.
So, go ahead and say, Trevor.
I mean, usually with that sort of thing, you have some sort of foreshadowing or some sort of ominous feeling to that sort of thing when you want to put it onto the next movie. Or at least some level of explanation to be like, okay, how this happened, and it leads into the next film that you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that they never really explain
anything. Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I think I know what they were trying to do.
I see.
So this is something.
I think that was a problem to do it that way. That was a mistake that they should have addressed that more in the movie. Or at the very least, they should have had someone give some slight explanation, like, "Oh, the Godzillas were being hunted because their energy fuels the core or something."
So here's something.
I don't know if that's the explanation. That's just thrown off the top of my head.
Here's something that I kind of thought about while we were talking about this is that when you think about, so first of all, one thing you have to kind of remember is that obviously these are ultimately based on the two original characters, right?
Right.
However, when it comes to lore to pull from, there is comparatively there's very little to pull for Kong.
Yeah, Kong
as
has like
opposed to
no
Godzilla.
lore compared to
Oh,
Godzilla.
Like, there's
yeah.
other
They don't even-
sequels to
He
King
has
Kong,
public
but they're
domain.
almost
He should have more.
Yeah, like, well,
He's
because
public
it's like
domain, he should have more.
it's because I don't know.
Is he public domain at this point?
I doubt it.
Yes,
No,
he is.
Kong
I don't
is
think
not.
he is.
Kong is.
No, 1970. There was a case. Yes, that's how Nintendo won the Donkey Kong case.
Hold up, let me look this up.
Universal tried to sue Nintendo. Universal tried to sue Nintendo, and then in their case, they realized Universal went to court in the 70s to make their Kong movie, and they argued it was in the public domain. So yes, King Kong is in the public domain. You can make.
But wait,
King
no.
Kong.
But no,
I'm looking it up right now.
That's not true though, because Warner Brothers has to cite Universal when they are in the credits.
Yeah,
and not just the credits. Universal gets a huge chunk of the revenue of these films.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think
there's
Universal
also something to
technically
do with
owns King
There
Kong.
can be something with names, titles, and there can be. The thing
Okay,
is,
hold on, I
is
just
I
found
think
something.
you can use King Kong without calling him King Kong.
I just
You know
found
what? They're
something.
paying for the name. I think they're paying for the name. Yeah?
Let me put it. Let me go and finish what I was going to say though. Is that when it comes to the King Kong side of things, is that when you look at like the histories of these films, it's like there's like 30 something Godzilla movies. A lot of them are very original in terms of like there's very little direct remakes of the original Godzilla movie. However, for the Kong movies, there's a few sequels here and there, but a lot of the movies are like straight up remakes of the original movie.
Yep.
So it's like when it comes to the Godzilla stuff, they're basically reinterpreting stuff from the original Japanese era of series of movies into the MonsterVerse. For Kong, though, they're essentially making it up as they go. Not to say like they haven't planned something out, but it's definitely less. There's less to pull from. There's less.
This is the first time that they're essentially trying to do something more with his origin than Big Monkey.
Okay,
I don't mind that.
Big Monkey want to fuck tiny lady.
Okay.
I don't mind that at all. But the fact of the matter is
You don't mind Big Monkey fuck tiny lady? Ooh.
But as I was saying, I don't mind that at all. Like, completely understandable. You barely have any lore to work with. Totally fine. The fact of the matter is that you left things a little bit too. I mean, I like a good mystery, but you left things just a little bit too ambiguous.
No, yeah, I'll agree to that, and I'll agree. I'll agree to that, but I'll agree with that. However, I will say that's actually not just a problem with this film. That seems to be a problem with all these films in this MonsterVerse. There was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in both Kong and Godzilla King of the Monsters, which are just kind of left open-ended because it feels like they'll just get to it in the next film.
Yeah, because like
you mean like Godzilla's whole underground kingdom?
Yeah, they kind of just brushed past that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
not to
Atlantis,
mention-
yeah. Guys, that was
And
a
this
reference.
is-
That was a reference. Okay, so
Wait.
that
Okay,
was
before
relevant.
we
were you
get
saying,
into that,
Sauron? What were you saying, Sauron?
I was just gonna say because this is kind of like a side tangent because this is a huge plot hole in my opinion to the King of the Monster, like the entire universe here, is that they acknowledge the fact that King Ghidorah probably came from space, and they don't touch upon that ever again. Like that's
I don't think they
big...
needed. I don't necessarily think they needed to.
No. I'm not talking about like they
Yeah.
need to explore deeper. I'm talking about the fact that they literally had a confirmation of alien life, and not just alien in general. I'm talking like giant three-headed dragon destroying worlds kind of alien, and it's never been brought up again.
Okay.
Like that's a huge fucking deal.
Yeah, that is kind of a big.
To be fair, they don't bring it up that much in the Japanese ones either. When aliens show up, they're just like, "Oh, it's aliens."
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Oh,
the Japanese
Oh,
one,
aliens
in the
show up.
Japanese one,
Wait. Before we even get into stuff like that, we got to understand that this is a completely different universe than.
yeah.
No, it is
But
true.
it's like
I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for the Godzilla movie. in which you start getting other alien monsters come down. So maybe Gigan or Megalon.
That's what I assume they're
come
going
down.
to do with that.
They
just
come.
wanted
Yeah,
to
they
open
come
up
down. No, they come down to Earth, and who is it going to be in the background? See, I told you so. I told you.
Alex Jones. But going back to
The intergalactic. Okay, so I was a little wrong about the vampire part, but the intergalactic Megalon demons are coming down and they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
Okay, time out, guys, for a second. Going back to because I looked it up, going back to the copyright thing with Kong. So I had to skim this article, but it sounds to me like the book that King Kong, the novelization, is public domain. But if you use anything that's like related to the first like movies, that's still under copyright protection until 2029. So it's kind of, it sounds like it's a bit of a gray area. Like if you do anything that apes too, listen, pun intended, apes too hard on the Universal stuff, then then Universal can step in and be like, hey, that's our shit.
One thing I just thought about is that Kong Skull Island, like the MonsterVerse, it's not even a direct. It's not even a direct remake of the King Kong movie. It's essentially just the first half of it.
It's like a reinterpret.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a reinterpretation. It's like a reinterpretation.
Yeah, like even if you do like a side by side comparison, aside from them going to Skull Island and dealing with Kong, it is a very different movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have to say I like the little throwbacks to the King Kong movies in Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh yeah, they did a good job with like when he shoves the thing in Godzilla's mouth, stop doing the beat, just like in the.
But I'm not talking about just that movie. There's even a part where he literally grabs. I'm not talking about the Godzilla versus. The King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm talking about the original King Kong movie. Like there's actually a part in the film where I can't remember. Like he's hiding from Godzilla for a split second or something like that. But he literally grabs onto a building in Hong Kong that is very reminiscent of how he hung off the Empire State Building.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's like I like the little shit like that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked that the Mechagodzilla. They acknowledged how Mechagodzilla in the Heisei era was made with using Ghidorah bits. I liked that idea. I was like, oh, you referenced that. That's cool. That was interesting. And then obviously with the roars and stuff, being that was cool. But what was I gonna say?
They also, not a direct reference, but they did need to use electricity to rejuvenate Kong.
Yeah, which the story behind that, right?
Yes.
Why they did that in the original?
Oh, yep, because it was supposed to be Kong versus Frankenstein's monster.
I thought it was Godzilla versus Frankenstein.
Yeah,
that's why he got
I thought it was too, but I did more reading into it, and it actually turns out it was actually Kong versus Frankenstein.
Oh, that would have been.
What they ended up doing was they ended up switching the roles. They gave Kong's role. They gave Frankenstein's role to
Kong.
Got Kong, and then they gave Kong's original role to Godzilla.
Also, they referenced it with how they got bringing Kong on the boat thing. I'm pretty sure that was in the original.
Yeah, so I gotta say, so you bring in whiskey into Godzilla versus Kong as one of the most powerful substances on Earth.
I know,
and you don't make a reference of Kong getting drunk in this film. There's so many missed opportunities here.
Bro, that would be funny as shit.
It's Chekhov's whiskey.
Chekhov's whiskey.
I wish that references made this movie a little bit more coherent, but they don't.
It doesn't make it more coherent, no, and I don't think either one of us are arguing that.
No, this movie, nothing needs to be coherent in perfection, okay?
Hey, remember how I said earlier, like before the stream started, that there was going to be somebody who's going to say this movie is high art, and we're just too stupid to understand it. I'm not saying that's what Salem is doing.
No, Salem's clearly being sarcastic.
No. Salem's not being sarcastic. Salem's just drunk right now.
Salem,
I'm
how
not
much
drunk.
How much have you
I
had
haven't had a
already?
drink all day.
Am I the only one?
Buddy, I love you, but I don't believe you.
Bro, I'm not sober
No,
right
I've
now. I
heard-
just had a shot. I'm drinking a shot. I'm drinking Jägermeister right now. I'm probably gonna get some more
I've
in a
heard
minute.
drunk Salem, and he's not drunk. He's just being passionate right now. I'm drunk right now, though, so bear with that.
I was
Okay.
I was
so
trying to get my
let's
camera to work, but it looks like I can't. No joke, guys. I was actually doing my makeup this whole time to do like a Godzilla inspired look, and I look fucking insane right now. I seriously look like someone's like dream who looks at.
Too bad we
who
can't
looks
play
at
the
fucking-
Godzilla theme and then have you turn the camera on. That'd be funny. You know the one that dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah. I was set the phone. Well, let's.
Okay,
well, you wanna-
speaking
yeah, let's
speaking
see if
of
the camera will work. It will, but I don't think it will.
He just has a
okay,
red line through it.
yeah, it just has a red line.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking
it's
of
not
music,
working.
yeah, speaking of music and this stuff,
Why didn't they
I got a
use the
que- I got a
Godzilla
que-
theme
no, no.
they have from King of the Monsters? That
Oh,
bugged me.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that really
Yeah.
did bug me, too.
I did.
Yeah.
I do have a question though, because okay, so the first trailer dropped a couple months ago, correct? Now I got a question because I didn't mind it, but there was a lot of people that were really pissed at the song being used in the trailer, saying the song sucks. The song sucks. I'm like,
Which song
Yeah.
was that in the trailer?
It was.
Oh,
I can't remember what
yeah.
song it was, but it was straight up like a rap hip hop song, and I
It
think
was-
They did.
it was.
They did.
It was Here We Go. It was.
that's a-
It was.
that's a song.
It was Here We Go by Chris Classic.
So-
can I say it's
Cool.
kind of weird that we are using rap songs for the giant ape? Am I
Oh
the
yeah,
only-
he did it. He did it.
What you trying to say?
Maybe
You trying to say the ape is a
Maybe first.
what? Yo, like, I'm a little uncomfortable now. That
I just
you
want
mean,
two
I'm
things.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Two
I'm
things.
100%
One-
with you.
One, the reason why
Okay, I
they use
was
that song
screaming,
is because
Diddy did it as you were implying doing that.
I'm about to say yeah, because like the first '98 Godzilla had P Diddy rapping next to the damn lizard. So I mean, like,
He did have the P Diddy
Oh,
song
yeah.
in the
come
in that,
with
which
me.
was so fucking weird because it's like the song has nothing to do with the movie in context either.
I
And
unironically like
Cashmere
that
from
song.
Led Zeppelin.
Like the instrumental that they
Yeah,
got from
same,
Led Zeppelin's
same.
Cashmere, but like the lyrics
Okay.
are a little hilarious.
Okay, but the thing is, like, is the song really that bad?
It's not bad. I
Get
think it's
the fuck
overhated,
up.
but it's not like
Is it-
great
Get the
either.
fuck up.
Is it like on par when they use Gangsta's Paradise for the Sonic trailer?
No,
No,
Oh, God.
no.
are we
Not
talking?
bad,
Which one?
not
Wait. Are we
bad.
talking
No,
about
not
the? Wait, are we talking about the Kong trailer, the Godzilla vs Kong trailer? Because I remember.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong. Because the thing is, it's like.
Hold on,
it's
let me
like,
look
to
that up.
me,
I haven't
to-
seen it.
it's like to me, it's like, you know, they got the siren going. Godzilla jumps on the ship, and then when the siren ends, it ends with Kong punching
Yeah.
Godzilla, and then it goes, "Here we go!" And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah!"
So here's the
And
thing.
everyone's
watching
like
the
saying
trailer
that the
right now.
song
Listen
sucks.
to
I'm
this.
like,
Guys,
what's wrong with the song?
Guys, Simon
Yeah.
Says Godzilla, or Simon Says. Have you guys heard that one? He uses a sample of the Godzilla song.
No.
Yes, I have heard that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
So, but the
We're
thing with
gonna
the
Let's
get
get the fuck
canceled,
up one.
but
with the
Guys,
with the
yeah.
trailer though,
that's- But
I'm
Yeah,
watching
I've
the
heard this
trailer right
many
now because I'm trying to remember the
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
but when it comes to the trailer,
yes,
I think
Ron.
one of the issues is that like that song pretty much cements that this movie was gonna be spectacle and basically WWE with monsters.
That's all I
think-
wanted, honestly.
And I think that's what kind
Yeah.
of set people off wrong because like it's like because again, it's like when it comes to the history of kaiju
Someone-
/ Godzilla movies, there's usually a 50-50 route you're gonna take. You're either gonna make this not a high art film, but you're gonna take it a bit more seriously, or you're gonna go all in with the action and spectacle. And that song pretty much confirmed that this was gonna be spectacle.
Which is exactly what I expected, and I'm fine with that.
Edgy, me and you are going to become better friends after this.
Like, I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna say this. In the part in King of the Monsters, when Godzilla's walking up to fight Ghidorah at the end, that felt like a WWE introduction with the theme going and the jet
Oh,
flying.
The only difference between that, because technically that you're right, that scene is pretty much
That's a
the same
straight
thing.
WWE walking
The
into the
difference-
ring, about to fuck you up.
The difference is though, is that it has the Godzilla theme behind it, so
Yeah.
it makes it feel a bit more classy, I guess is the word to use.
Guys,
I mean, and the best part is
No, wait,
before the theme begins, that is the one time in the entire film where his roar is the complete old original roar.
Yeah, you're right. It was. It was.
What are we gonna say, Struggle?
Yeah.
but at the same time, these are still movies. They still have to have plots.
Oh, I'm not saying
No.
that you can't, that you shouldn't have a plot.
There
I'm just
was,
saying
Yeah.
there
was a plot.
Listen, Morty.
Just wasn't
Morty,
that good.
the plot, Morty. It's just it's too complex for you to understand, Morty. With your tiny
Oh,
brain,
jeez,
Morty.
Rick. I don't know.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Hey,
This is
guys.
the second strain we've had the Rick and Morty thing happen. By the
Hey
way,
guys, I got a question for you.
Yo,
but
I
Yeah.
got a question for you. Throughout this entire discussion, let me ask you something. What have you guys been doing this entire discussion?
Put on
um,
makeup.
Just having a good time talking.
drinking, laughing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm also playing Halo right now.
I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's great. But here's the thing: you guys have been putting out your suggestions. You guys have been pointing out inconsistencies. You guys have been giving your thoughts, what you wanted to see, how you wanted it to play out, the parts that you didn't like, the parts you didn't like. You guys are putting in more effort into this movie than the actual writers of this movie.
I know. Isn't it
Think about that.
I don't know.
You
man.
literally described like 90% of movies nowadays.
Yeah, I'm about to say
No,
like.
I'm telling you this right. I'm telling you this right now. That's my entire argument the entire time. You prove what I was saying right. At the very end of the day, there was so much that you could have done with these movies that you guys offhandedly put out better ideas and put out better stuff.
Yeah, but
But at the
Dude.
at the end of the day, I want to ask you something. At the very end of the day, why is it wrong to have higher expectations for a film?
Did anyone say that was a problem though?
My expectation was to have Godzilla versus Kong, and I got exactly that.
Exactly.
To
I'm
be
with Salem
fair-
on that. Exactly.
To be fair, because I'm kind of gonna shoot
Guys,
myself in the
I
foot. Is
think
I did technically say that. Is that
okay? That might have
is
been before
that-
I got here.
because and here's the reason why, and I'm going to defend it because in retrospect, I could have worded it better, but I'm just going to say is that when it comes to these kaiju movies and Godzilla movies, it's that like as we've seen, there's kind of a like I said, there's kind of a 50-50 on how these movies are going to play out, and I'm not saying you're wrong or anyone is wrong for wanting a better story. I just feel like you kind of, and I don't want to say because it sounds like I'm trying to say like just accept it for what it is, but at the same time, it's like I feel like people kind of have to like to some degree just know that it's gonna be one of the two. And I'm not saying you're wrong for wanting the other. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's kind of an inevitability.
I'm not saying I want it.
Kind of add on to that. I think it's more like you can have high expectations, but you also have to know the kind of. It also has you have to know the kind of movie you're going into. Like it'd be like going into a slasher film and expecting like fully 3-dimensional characters. Like yeah, it'd be cool if it happened, but odds are knowing the genre and that's not really what the genre is about.
It's not even that I go in with high expectations. It's that when I'm not saying you guys specifically. I'm just like I get so many people saying that's weird. I get so many people. I get so many people saying not you guys specifically. I'm just got so many people saying we'll just turn off your brain and watch the movie. I'm just like, okay, then I have no reason to watch the movie.
I think what people mean when they say turn off your brain, what they mean is the movie's just meant to meant to entertain you. You know,
Yeah, like
it's
this is a
okay.
popcorn.
Okay, use an
kind of
example
thing.
like, and you, Susan, chill. It's like porn, right? You don't go into porn for the story or for it to make sense. You're going in there because you want to see some TNA. That's what it is.
Speak
Oh,
for
great,
your
we got Godzilla
speak for
Soggy
your.
in the stream.
Hey, whoa! Speak for yourself, dude. I want to know. I want to know if the cable got fixed or not.
Okay, the only exception to this so far is Emergence. I actually was reading it more for the plot than the lewd.
Can I?
Because it was just like, oh, God, this poor girl.
Can I
This
think,
is Soggy's makeup, whatever.
Yeah, it's Godzilla Soggy.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I'm a fucking monsterzilla.
What's funny is that like I close my window for a second to look at something, and then I come back to this.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, what did I miss?
But
guys, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Wake the fuck up.
And I'm a bit tipsy because I had a long ass day and I got a long week ahead of me next. And I'm not looking forward to it.
Before you close out, I just want to address.
I'm not closing out just yet. I might stay on for maybe like 15-20 minutes.
But yeah,
And then-
let me address Sauron real quick. The thing is that I'm not exactly looking for high art out of kaiju movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Why
don't
is that
have
you
it, I
not?
only have the
Most
blue.
people aren't. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I'm
Hey,
just
mercenary.
kind of
I
just-
went with the blue because of
okay.
the neon blue and purple.
I
it
get,
works.
I get exactly where you're coming from because, like, there is that middle ground. There are the movies that definitely have stronger human plots that still aren't
Shin
high
Godzilla.
art. But no, I would
Shin
say Shin
Godzilla.
Godzilla kind of pushes a bit more to the high art side. Not to say it is high art. Well, I think it's.
I know. I mean that. I mean that.
I'm not
is
saying that to
higher
diss the movie
Godzilla.
either because I
That's
actually
art-
liked it.
I think a good comparison would be oh man, I had one in mind where it's like.
I
It's
know
still
people say
kinda
the
dumb,
Gamera,
but,
the '90s Gamera movies are more like that.
yeah,
those are
Gamera's a
just-
good example.
those-
Godzilla
amazing.
versus Destroyer, actually.
Yes,
Yeah,
Godzilla
Godzilla
versus
Destroyer was
Destroyer.
real good.
That's probably
good.
to me. That's probably the one that does the best job of monster action and
And
human
human.
story. But
Yeah,
to be fair, that one gets a lot of extra points because it's the end of a series.
yeah.
Like it's got
Oh,
all
of
the
course.
build up behind it. But you're right. It does have.
Which I just want to insert something right here. I still say Legendary and the MonsterVerse. You've got to cap it off with Fighting Destroyer.
They
That
kind
has
of
got to
already
be the-
introduced it as an option.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the minute
with
they
the
use the
Oxygen
Oxygen
Destroyer.
Destroyer, it's like Destroyer's been set up. Like the
The
minute that was
Destroyer's coming at
that's it.
some point.
Like maybe Ghidorah can be like the maybe Ghidorah will be like the MacGuffin for all these Godzilla enemies. Because it's like
Maybe.
well, when the Oxygen Destroyer hit Ghidorah, the scales started turning into a new monster.
Well, okay, so just to finish what I was going to
Actually
say,
would work.
though,
I actually would unironically be like, okay, yeah, that's hype.
just to finish what I was going to say though is that
Wait.
I feel like
Go ahead.
because one of the biggest problems with the MonsterVerse stuff is that when 2014 came out, it was of all the MonsterVerse movies, I think we can all agree that it was the one that tried its best to have a very solid human story. It didn't do it perfectly,
It
obviously.
did try with Bryan
It
Cranston's
tried its
character
best.
with the
Well,
mystery thing.
Well, I think that's probably a really good story. The problem is the lack of monster fights. It's the
Yeah.
exact opposite. Of
But
You know what's funny
Oh,
with
yeah.
that?
More
People
monsters.
complained about that movie
No,
not having enough Godzilla, but then there's Godzilla movies from Japan, and it's like
Yeah,
Godzilla is barely in this shit.
So yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say is
Oh,
that
yeah.
so this again, I'm not really blaming anyone for this, and I'm not trying to give the studio a pass because I hate corporations. I'm very anti-corporate and all that shit. But
Yeah, I don't.
just to play fair,
Preach.
one of the biggest common complaints of 2014 Godzilla, not trying to put it on anyone here, because I agree too. I agree that it didn't have enough monster fights. However,
It didn't. I will
one of
say
the
that it
common
needed
complaints was
more.
that there was too much human action, not enough monster action. So
Right.
then when we got Kong Skull Island, what do we get? We got a dumber down
Good.
human
Good
plot
movie.
line, but a lot
more
more
monster stuff.
action. Again, another complaint for that movie, was too many humans, not
Exactly.
enough monsters. So then King of the Monsters came out. And
And
again,
people complained again.
too many humans, not enough monsters. So I'm not trying to blame anybody. Well, I guess I could say I'm blaming mainstream, average Western audiences.
Well, I think you can
they're
blame
not
the critics for that too, because the critics completely
Yeah.
trashed both
them.
movies
But it's like-
because of that.
This I'm not trying to give them a pass. I'm not, because I like this movie. It's got problems though, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah,
However,
same.
this does feel like a natural. Well, natural is kind of a stretch, but this does feel like
They're trying to respond to feedback, but they overcorrected.
it's like, well, you guys keep complaining about monster action, so fuck the monster action. They probably told the writer, it's like, I don't care what you do with these humans. Make sure these fights are spectacular.
Just get the fights from point A to point B, and don't even bother.
Actually,
Again, I'm not trying to
there is
excuse them.
there's something that I need to put in here, because this was an idea I was going to bring up when you started go down this road, Sauron. It's that one of the problems that this MonsterVerse has is not just something very unique to it. It's actually something that we've already seen repeated in the company, Warner Brothers. Because, so 2014 Godzilla happens. It's supposed to be a very serious movie. It's supposed to be kind of grounded in reality.
At least
but then,
somewhat.
But here's here. It'll take me a minute to get through this. Okay. But what's the problem? People start complaining about it. Warner Brothers is like, oh shit, we got Godzilla for a lot more movies, and there was lukewarm reaction. How do we fix this? Holy shit, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Does that sound familiar of another series that they have had that they've been trying to get right?
DC.
You're talking about DCU.
Oh god,
yeah, because
We'll say
Superman.
this, I think they had a plan.
Wait. So Superman, they start off serious. They want to begin something. People start bitching. And they're like, oh shit, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And it's like, look at the tone from the beginning. Look at the tone from the beginning of these series to the tone that they're at right now.
Oh yeah, so different. So fucking different.
It's like night and day difference between 2014 Godzilla and this movie.
Yeah, it is a big tonal difference.
There's a total difference between King of the Monsters and 2014 Godzilla. Not counting Skull Island, just because it's Kong, so you can kind of make an argument. Oh, it's a different movie.
I will say this though: King of the Monsters, for like the first half, I think was a little more closer to 2014's tone. But when it got towards like the fight time, they were like, "Yeah, we're throwing the serious out here."
I think King of the Monsters was probably. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think it was the closest we got to having a good mix of human action, monster action.
I honestly am slightly in the camp of saying that here's the thing King of the Monsters did during the final fight that annoyed me. And this is something that Michael Bay's Transformers, the later ones, kept doing, which pissed me off. They kept cutting away from the fights to the humans. And it was like, no, bring that shit back. The fight just started. Bring that shit back. I don't like the human stuff.
To be fair,
I was just gonna say, my overall point to what I was building up to is that this seems to be a problem with Warner Brothers, is that they panic the moment they think things can go south, and they don't stick with their original ideas.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think this isn't just a problem with Warner Brothers. I think this is just human nature, honestly. Is if someone tells you, hey, this thing says that you got a problem in this particular area, I think most people tend to overcorrect. And it's like you can like try to correct and they end up overcorrecting. Like if someone tells me like a story I'm writing, it's like, okay, it has too much, or it has too much like we'll just say it has too much not enough action, right? So my first thought is, okay, I'm gonna throw a shitload more action in here. And then what you end up realizing is, oh wait, and then the person goes again, they say, oh, there's too much action now, and on a story sense, like, all right, I gotta turn back a little bit and dial it back a notch. And the problem is Warner Brothers hasn't gotten the complaint that, okay, there's not enough focus on the humans, I guess. So they haven't realized, okay, we overcorrected with this, so let's wind that back a bit.
I mean, at this point, I don't think we're this is kind of like the cynic in me. I don't think we're gonna get I really don't think we're gonna get like I feel like it's going to be more the same going forward. It's not necessarily it's going to be as much of a mess as GVK's human storyline was. I just don't think we're going to really see that much of an improvement because when you look at the trend, these movies keep making more and more money.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see.
They're just going to be like, all right, well, we'll just keep giving them crazy monster action.
Well,
which is kind of the problem what we had with the original Godzilla monster series, the Japanese one, some of them, where it's like the occasional had high art, but you know, like when some of them were just like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna put more focus on the monster action.
Which again, I think that really just depends on what you want out of the movies. I'm more lean towards the more monster action. Like I'm fine with the more. I don't want to say artsy because that sounds like I'm insulting it, but the more I guess like thoughtful, I guess is the best way to say it. Like I'm fine with both, like doing either one. And I think what's gonna happen is I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna make either. I don't think they're gonna make a Shin Godzilla 2, but they'll probably make another like Godzilla in Japan. That's gonna be more.
I would actually really like another Shin Godzilla, please.
Oh, Evangelion's doing great. Evangelion's doing great. It's the most highest earning anime movie ever. Oh my god, it makes my heart sore, and I can't wait until my Shinji babies come home. Oh, so no, there's not gonna be another Shin Godzilla. Fucking Evangelion. Oh,
yeah, like Shin Godzilla.
I don't think Shin Godzilla. I actually am kind of in the camp of I don't think it needed a sequel.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like I think it's a fine as a one and done type of movie.
No,
fine, but I would like.
Dude, Otto's gonna be rolling in his Evangelion.
Like I wouldn't be against the sequel. I'm just saying I think it's one of those movies where you get a sequel and then the sequel's not as good as the original, and then everyone's kind of like we like the sequels, you know? Because I think it's one of those movies where, and this might sound mean, but I think it's one of those movies that was like lightning in a bottle, where it's like you can't replicate that again.
Much like Joker, basically.
It's also
exactly kind of like Joker.
It's also the artist.
The other thing too is like if you are going to have a sequel to Shin Godzilla, you got to find a way to keep topping that shit.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I don't think you can. And the problem is, and this is the problem. This is the one thing I didn't like about Shin Godzilla outside of is So you have the whole thing with Godzilla's constantly mutating, evolving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what are you? Like, eventually, it's like, is he just gonna get to a point where he's just basically so far removed from Godzilla that he's not Godzilla anymore?
Well,
so that was actually supposed to be the original evolution of him. Did you see what his final form was supposed to be?
Yeah, the tail thing. I'm kind of like, I don't want to see where it goes.
So here's and I remember because I got the Blu-ray and I was watching the behind the scenes thing for it, and one of the things was that like he was supposed to literally sprout wings and start flying.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The producers behind the scenes were like, when they got to the third form, they were like, no, don't go past this, and they were absolutely right because after that, it's like that stops being Godzilla at that point.
I mean, he already had some issues where it's like it feels like to me like it was points where it's like I had to kind of remember, wait, this is Godzilla, right? Because like his design, like especially when his mouth split open, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like Predator,
and I mean, like one of the forms was literally supposed to look almost like a genuine human skeleton.
Yeah, I mean, you see that on his tail, like they were coming off with a little like Godzilla people thing. I don't fucking know what else to call them.
Oh no, not just that. I'm talking like literally his head was supposed to eventually like look more like a human skull.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's
like
very no.
As a different look here, as if it was a completely different monster and it was doing that, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. And I don't even dislike the idea of him mutating throughout the film because it makes it more interesting. Because because it's like, okay, we have one monster, so it's like having it constantly like grow and change throughout the movie is a good way to keep it interesting, like visually, and increase the tension of the movie too.
But the stream's guys, the stream's going to end real fast, and I need to throw in my obligatory feminist bullshit. I'm going to say this because Slim was trying to compare it to Bayformers. It's got nothing on Bayformers. I actually think King Kong versus Godzilla is a good movie to show your little girls. Don't show them Bayformers. They're just going to end up giving Megan Fox a freaking pap smear. I swear to God, Michael Bay is trying to give that woman a pap smear with his camera.
Okay, I actually like the first Bayformers movie. The second one, I liked the first half until they killed Optimus. The movie went downhill after that. Not because they killed Optimus, just everything after that was kind of a mess.
Yeah,
Third one was
Bad
slightly
fucking
better,
movie.
but it
Writer
felt
strike.
way too long. And it just started doing the thing of, hey, let's cut away from the robots fighting to focus on the humans that no one gives a shit about.
well, you know
Guys,
what's funny
Wait.
about the
What's so
second?
funny about it?
But I also know
Oh,
the second
sorry.
one because they had the writer's strike that threw
Yeah.
off a lot of their plans. So I was like,
Like,
okay,
it literally has no writers.
yeah, they had no
Yeah.
writers after like
It's literally
they
a
got
bunch of
half a
ideas a
script.
bunch of producers came up with.
Well, that explains Skids and Mudflap, doesn't it?
Yes, that explains a lot of
Oh.
that movie.
Oh yeah, we don't read.
It also explains the fall, like how the Fallen like literally makes no sense because it's like, oh, he's the original Decepticon. It's like, wow, way to just completely invalidate Megatron. Like, way to completely invalidate Megatron. It's like, no, you are not the original Decepticon. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, he was
I
working for this dude the whole time.
always say, like, when it
But-
comes to the Transformers,
Don't even get me
movies,
started
just-
on last night. Don't even get me started on
But just
that.
just a tangent, because Salem can say this because in our Discord server, I always like the first Transformers movie. It's not perfect, but I stand it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Everything else
I
after
thoroughly-
that
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
dude, I even
it's
agree
not
with you.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's a
and even the
six.
second movie, like, I'm
Don't
not
like
gonna
the way
lie,
the
like,
filmmaking talks.
even in the second
Don't
movie,
like
like,
the way the
again,
filmer.
the second movie is trash, but that Optimus Prime fight scene
Optimus
and
Prime.
That was
death scene,
awesome.
that was awesome, and I actually I don't cry during movies, but I actually got genuinely sad. Like, I knew he was coming back, but at the same time, like, oh, Optimus, he died alone in a forest next to Shia LaBeouf. How
I
much
know.
sadder can your death be?
Like, his death scene was handled
that's
really well.
depressing.
Bro,
Oh
this
god,
Shia
oh my god, that means that whole, where is Shia LaBeouf thing was directed at Optimus Prime.
Yeah, where's Shia
Wow.
Optimus?
Oh God, I'm dying. God, I'm dying
Optimus,
to deal with fucking
Optimus,
Shia LaBeouf
you
next to
can't-
me. Not fucking shut up. Shut up.
Oh.
He's just his hand just
Optimus!
he's trying to
This is how he
snatch Shia
screams
LaBeouf,
it.
but he's dying.
I fought
He
for the
tries to kill
humans.
Shia.
I fought for the humans just to be haunted by the
By Shia
Shia LaBeouf. This Autobots, this is bullshit.
This is bullshit. Okay, but and then like 4 was a mess, and 5 was just what the fuck were y'all thinking? Because it's like, I get that the continuity didn't make much sense to begin with, but goddamn, you took a torpedo to it. No,
Yeah,
not a torpedo, a
but-
thermonuclear
like,
warhead.
as unreal, like, because I know 5 they want to
God.
introduce Unicron, and I was like, as unrealistic as it would be for a giant planet-sized robot to come into our atmosphere trying to eat us, it's even less realistic to think that giant robot is actually the Earth in disguise.
You know what's funny? They actually did that in Transformers Prime. Like,
I like
Unicron as a
Transformers
core.
Prime, but that's still stupid. Like, I don't care.
Like,
what
it's dumb. It's dumb, but it's like, okay, I kind of like that Unicron is not like actually about to devour the planet. And this one, he is the planet. Like, it's a nice little flip.
The
of
stream is
And
gonna
on-
go off
and on
soon.
that-
Just
Okay.
let you know
On
it's
that
gonna go off soon.
Like, on that note, I think I'm gonna bow out because I can't stand the idea of Unicron being anything like that.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
dumb. Like,
It's dumb, but I at least am like, okay, at least you were trying to do something different with Unicron.
But yeah, it was nice.
Like, if there was an attempt, I'll at least give you credit for trying to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, but it was nice meeting you guys. I appreciate the time.
yeah, it was fun discussing Godzilla versus Kong, and all
Yeah.
that jazz.
Oh, Salem, at some point,
which
you know
is
what
an
we should
amazing
do at
movie.
some point? Everyone who's like a Godzilla fan, we should do like a Godzilla tier list thing, and just have our like tiers going
Yeah.
and compare
Oh my
them.
god, yes.
That would be so cool to do.
Pick our kaiju
one.
waifus.
But thank
I mean, if you
Camera.
want to do that, you can.
He is the friends to all the children.
That sounds kind of
stand
wrong.
Camera.
That sounds kind of
I
wrong.
love
Yeah, no.
Gamera.
Before there was Pedo Bear, there was Gamera.
There was Gamera.
Love
And
Gamera.
on that, I'm
Yep.
out.
He's the
Yeah,
friend.
Yeah,
of the
that note,
children.
that's a good note to end the stream on.
It's like, I'm not staying here.
What?
Gamera has been exposed, guys. We got to make a twit longer, like accusing Gamera.
Hashtag cancel Gamera.
Hashtag Gamera's over party. Oh, speaking of Gamera, did you guys remember that like fan trail thing that looked so good that I thought it was real? And then was passing off as real, where it was
Nah, I
like
didn't
super
see it.
apocalyptic looking. and like they have
I didn't see
the
that.
Gauss things like attacking. I think it's supposed to be some city in Japan, and then
Yeah,
Gamera
it's
like
like-
rears up, and he's like got the fire breath, and it's like just, and that's just it. And then everyone thought it was real, and then like months later, it's like, no, this was a fan trailer
Yeah, it was. Well, I could have sworn it was like a tech demo.
or a tech. It was something like that. It was a tech demo or a fan trailer.
Yeah.
And I was mad
try to
disappointed
send
because
it,
I was
but
like, oh,
have
that
some
looks
old
shit.
Gamera fan art.
I look like
All right, looks like the stream's gonna end in a minute.
Piece of Gamera
Yeah.
fan art where there's a piece of Gamera fan art where he's going, what was it? What you Gamma do about it, Gayos? And it's
Gayos?
what you gonna do about it?
Gayos.
Yeah. Yes, one of his enemies is named Gayos, and he's a bat that drinks blood. He's like a giant pterodactyl blood-drinking bat named Gayos. Wow, my flaps just went flap-a-flap. I really am the king of monsters. King of
Wait, is it
chunks.
pronounced Gauss or Gauss? Because I've heard it pronounced Gauss too. I don't know what's the correct
I think it's one of
I
those
like
where it's
saying
like-
Gayos.
I think it's one of those you can say whatever you want.
I've also heard people call
Alright.
him Goss too, which is kind of funny.
All right, guys, looks like we're at the time.
Yeah, all right. I'm
Yeah,
about
it's about
close
that
out.
time.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Orc.
right.
Bye, everyone.
Slim
Thanks,
Orc.
Slim, for
Contact
letting us
Slim
on,
Orc.
even though you dipped out on us.
Also, I
Thank
sent
you.
everyone on
Thank
Twitter
you. He's
a.
tired. He's a sleepy sleep.
I sent everyone
no,
that
I'm-
tier list.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I sent everyone a Godzilla tier
We see you,
list. So
Slim Daddy.
like,
All right.
Oh yeah, I
We
got
got-
it.
we got
But the titles are in
blah.
Japanese. Damn.
yeah,
Daddy-
I mean, I
Daddy
always
says
go
Okay.
with
good night.
posters.
Daddy says we have to leave.
No, no.
I'm sorry.
It's,
I'm sorry
it's
for
cool.
calling
I
you
just
Daddy
wanted-
like that. I've got the head
Nah,
bow, the fucking thing. I'm going, Daddy, where's Daddy?
Okay, I already put one on the F tier, and that's the third animated Godzilla movie, the Godzilla Earth trilogy, the third one.
Oh,
That's
fuck
F
those
tier.
movies.
I like the
Fuck
first one. The
those
second one was
movies.
disappointing.
You might be mad where I put the '98 Godzilla because I kind of
Oh
like
god, no.
I have to
no.
rewatch
Oh
that
my
one,
fu-
actually.
No. You want me to get off on bad characters, bad writing and shit?
Bye,
You
Slim.
want-
Bye, everyone. I'm looking.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm tired. I had a long day.
Yeah,
So,
go to bed, man. Go to bed.
So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming on. I dipped out and let Dayton come on because I was not contributing at all because I keep dozing off. I am tired.
That's fine.
That's
Thanks
fine,
for
dude.
thanks for the thing. Sorry, I'm just halfway awake right now. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm sorry I couldn't contribute more, but again, like I had a long day.
Yeah, no worries.
And I'm real
You
tired.
got
I
a
might not
job.
stream.
You got a job.
Yeah, that's true. You got a job now.
You
Oh,
got
you
a
got
job.
the. Hey,
Yeah, I got the-
congratulations.
I got the job, but I also gotta like move. I also gotta help somebody else move on Monday because I said I helped somebody move last week. I gotta do it again now.
Ooh.
Yes, because I'm not looking
no.
forward to.
That sucks.
But yeah, I'm gonna take a break from streaming for a while. Cause and yeah, after this I'm gonna.
I'll try to get my
just give it-
supplements up. I'll
So,
try to get
yeah,
my
I'll talk to you
supplements
guys-
edited and posted and linked to you.
I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming on.
Alright.
If you guys should definitely like do like streams without me, like on your own stuff. Because I think you guys really are just great for each other. So if y'all guys want to do that, I would highly suggest that. I would promote it, no problem.
I've been meaning
All
to
right.
start
Well,
one, but like,
I can't
I'll
until I get
edit
my
what
new
I have.
computer. But my new
I have-
computer is coming in this weekend, so I can start doing it as soon as I get my new computer set up.
Okay, one thing I'm gonna say about this
I'll
tier
need
list
your
real quick
info.
is it is hard as hell to tell what some of these movies are because the posters are like really tiny.
yeah, because some of them
Oh,
aren't even
yeah.
the original posters. They're not, or the famous posters, the ones that are like these movies are known for.
Like I'm
What
trying
I've
to
been-
find which one. I was trying to put Godzilla vs. Destroyer in S tier, and I just
Okay.
figured out which one is it.
I just use
Bye,
like
guys.
a
And I'll
Night.
try to get the supplement tiers edited. Good night, everyone.
like,
You
Night,
look
night.
at you,
I just
Daddy,
been
okay? Get some sleep. Wow, I gotta stop calling him Daddy.
Yeah,
That
you
is
really gotta
just-
stop doing
wow.
that.
Just call
Yeah,
me
that's crazy.
Slim, please. Just call me Slim.
I can't tell which one this is. Is this?
It's
The
funny.
ladies call me Slim.
It's funny.
Okay, so the only F tier Godzilla movie I got right now is the Godzilla Earth anime trilogy third one.
I put
That's
all
the
three
only
of them.
F tier.
I put all three of them down there because, like, to me, those are the kind of movies you kind of have to watch all three to get the full story, and I don't like that.
I put the first one as C tier because I like that one. I like that one. The second one I put in D tier because that one wasn't good.
Guys, I really want.
Yeah, he's
It's in the stream. Yeah.
Here, we'll take this to the Discord, okay?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's just hop in the Discord and we can do the stream, the thing.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
night, Slim.
Good night. Yeah.
Night.
Good night.
Oh wait, I gotta leave through StreamYard. Hold on.
Yeah, I forgot to.